All right, how are we doing, everyone? All right, we should be live. All right, what is happening, everybody? How are you all doing? This has been a fucking wild, wild ride. And before we get started tonight on the show, I want to address the situation on Mckamey Manor talk. Now, since we started this project, I've been getting sent daily screenshots and video logs and all this kind of shit of just the amount of shit talking that since the start of this project that's been going on towards my team. And when we say we're not like other YouTube channels, I mean that. Like, we've done some pretty big operations. We helped shut down a plethora of paedophile sites. We've got bait teams that go out and do a bunch of dangerous shit. And when people start threatening that and the security of the team starts getting a bit, I don't know, treated like as if it's a joke, I take it really seriously. So, I know that from the beginning of this, there's been troublemakers on the admin team, right? It's been obvious since the start of this Facebook page, and it's sad because I think it's gonna taint a lot of people's opinion of being able to get their story across. So, knowing that there's going to be spies, you have to wheedle out spies. You can't have a group of people dealing with the topics that we deal with and the situations that my team put themselves in if you've got moles, because moles are a problem. And the team's important to me. So, when I start getting reports that Mckamey Manor fucking shit talk admin staff thought that they were going to do some covert fucking mission to start spreading shit about my fucking team, of course I'm going to take it personally, and of course I'm going to take matters into my hands. I'm not going to let them pick and choose bullshit off a server and let me discover then that I've got moles. Nah. You do page fucking 1 in counter espionage for fucking dummies, because of course Ron has access to a terrorist group that he sends out to battle his enemies on YouTube. You're fucking so stupid. Like, making a statement like that was clearly to bait in your fucking moles, and you fucking took the bait. You're fucking stupid, and you've let so many people down on your group, okay? I've done this before with moles. This is like just another fucking day in the office for us. You're the ones who've tainted your credibility and have fucked it for yourselves, okay? This fucking terrorist group. Yeah, and I want to address another point. I made one of the admin cry. I did. A fully grown woman who was making public slanderous statements about me, okay? I told her the bad man from the deep web might come after her if her public statements got into the wrong hands. It's not really a lie. We've got a couple of vigilante groups that look after us that are out there. But how fucking stupid do you have to believe that the bad man from the deep web's coming for you? These are what you call fucking shock scare tactics, to scare off people who've got half a fucking brain. Okay? It doesn't take a fucking genius to work out that making a statement like, the terrorists will come for you. It's a shock statement to weed out fucking rats. And it worked like a fucking charm. This isn't our first fucking rodeo. We've dealt with serious fucking groups of people that are fucking crazy. Crazy. Okay? Crazy. Not funny fucking haha groups on fucking Facebook. I just want to make it clear. My opinions are towards the admin, Any of the public members who've said they don't like me or anything like that, I have no beef with anyone from the public who has an opinion against me. I have no issue with that. I wish you the best in life. Everyone's allowed to have an opinion. Anyone involved with this who thinks I'm an asshole but would still like to come and tell their story, you don't have to like me, but you will respect the platform. And if you still want to tell your story, you're very welcome to. You don't have to like me at all. It's not how journalism works. So just know that. But anyone who thinks that that is reality, what is being baiting out the moles, is a fucking idiot. So give yourselves a pat on the back for sharing that. Give yourselves a pat on the back for all of it. All of it. Nah, I don't know who the mole is. Who the mole is isn't important. I'll take measures now to start ferrying what I need to ferry out of the location where the moles are. For me, it's too much of a waste of time to figure out who or why or when. I'm only caring about protecting my team. And I don't need to know who someone is in order to protect them. I know that sounds crazy, but I know the core staff that I'll be taking with me aren't an issue. It's not about having a massive Discord clout server for me. It was about a community. And I can still have that community. I just need to move the sensitive components out of there for protection of those individuals. That's all, basically. So if you think you're taking anything away from me, suck my dick, you fucking idiots. Okay? Fucking idiots. Idiots. So, yeah. Congratulations. Congratulations. So yeah, that was basically how today went, and it's shocking. It's shocking. Like, I couldn't believe the amount, and don't get me wrong, I endured days of shit talking, days and days and days and days of shit talking. These people are shit talk. Oh, and the other thing was I was apparently harassing the admin. Okay, so sending her messages saying, I don't know, sending her messages constantly. This was the admin that kept coming and telling me, no, I'm on your side, You know, I even invited her to try out and help us with the baiting team, to put her energy into something else. And then she was away shit talking about me. So I would message her and say, why are you shit talking about me? Like, what fucking part of being a grown-up adult woman, right, being asked why, like, asking to explain her own actions, how is that a threat? You're a bunch of fucking idiots if you believe that shit. Go and look at my fucking track record. Go and look at what fucking happened to fucking Takedown fucking man when he poked at the bear. I am not here to dick around with Mckamey Manor Facebook pages. I'm here to put predators away. Have been since I got here. How you doing? You know, hey, listen, if you like watching camping videos, you should have watched them, because that's what all I wanted to do on YouTube. But now here we are. So I'm not letting anyone fuck this up. Susan, thank you, Susan. Susan. So also as well, I want to thank everyone who's been donating over the last few nights. I turned all those donations into new shoes for my children, and it feels amazing to do that, because it was long overdue for them. And I know that sounds silly, but this is my fucking job. Someone said to me, I'm doing this for views. And you know what? People report stuff in newspapers, so they sell newspapers, you stupid fucks. Like, no, I'm going to report on something that no one has any fucking interest in. I focus on predators. Never touched Mckamey Manor until the accusations of predatory actions. Here we fucking are. I'm still here out of respect to those I promised I would give this platform to. That's why we're continuing this, because everyone I've interacted with personally has been fucking amazing. Like Holly, Carol, Josh, fucking True Love, fucking Anthony, Christina, Jennifer, Marissa last night, even fucking Taryn, whatever the fuck his name is. Looks, you know, that dude from last night, the mod guy. Who the fuck else? There's loads of them. Everyone's been amazing. You're all fucking lovely. Lovely people. Lovely fucking people. But I just can't believe the bullshit. I just can't believe the bullshit. Like, I just can't. So anyway, you're a bunch of fucking idiots. I know you've got spies. We're obviously, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, and Ron still can't read pretty well. So Fuck you. Haha, I can't read very well, but I was smart enough to weed you out. So, yeah, sadly as well, like, all of my terrorists are busy this week. So, you're lucky, you know? Fucking assholes. Fucking assholes. So, Razor Wire's the shit. Yes! Have a go, Ron. Have a go, Ron. It just pisses me off. It just pisses me off. Like, we try and do a lot for people. Harley in a Box, thank you for your super chat. You have a go, Raz. Avocados, man. It just pisses me off. We try and do a lot of good stuff on this, and we're never going to let people that are fucking stupid stop us. So, neener. Like, neener. So you're talking about an admin team that know that we bust pedophiles, that are making threats to expose people who pedophiles can then find out their names and addresses of and come after them, and some of these people have kids. Do you want to know what we're currently working on? Nostro Steve, baby! Do you know what we're currently working on? And what we've been doing whilst dealing with the Mckamey Manor shit, right? We have a Discord server, right? That adults have been grooming children onto with slightly mental issues, shall we say, some mental issues. I think I'm allowed to say that. Zaddy Ron, this is fuck's sake. Yeah, thank you for Mirinda. Thank you for that. Like, these adults have been getting these kids on there, and when new members come in, these adults are telling these kids to take razor blades and cut the names of the members into their bodies, take pictures, and post them on the Discord. They then try and encourage the children to live stream their suicides, and that's what we've been dealing with. Like, that's what we're fucking dealing with right now. Like, do you understand? Adults encouraging kids to live stream their suicide. That's, like, there's so much going fucking on behind the scenes. This is why I can't do a video. This is why I couldn't. Thank you very much, Terry. Thank you, everyone that's using the super chats. Anyone that does want to support the channel, if I could direct you to the link in the description. It's YouTube basically takes 40% of the super chats, and I like, you know, I'm turning this. This is like getting shoes for the kids. But being able to buy all the kids' shoes at once was like, yeah. See, when you're a parent, like the flexing. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Some people are like, look at my car. I'm like, look at how many shoes I can buy at once. It was great. So, where was I? Can someone remember where I was with that? I can't remember. Oh, bad Discord. I love you too, Lolsey. Yeah, Lolsey. We'll go with that. So, you know, we had a team. There was a guy called Amos Yee. We sent a team in to infiltrate his Discord. He is a pro-contact pedophile who believes children of any age can consent to sex, and set up a Discord to filter young children in to introduce them to his pedophile friends, to groom them, to brainwash them. We infiltrated that, completely dumped all the information on the internet. We've done the same to Jared Genesis. We've got, you know, if I was just doing things for the views, I would have Onision videos coming out my ass. Like, it's not about that shit. Like, if I wanted to copy mainstream bullshit, you would never know about the little girl, Freya, that, you know, had both her fucking hips smashed so that a fucking adult could fuck her better, you know? That's the fucking world. This Mckamey Manor shit, okay, is like adults consenting to being fucked up. Yes! Yes. Thank you. Thank you. It's weird having the writing on my face. Try and line it up with something. No, do you know what it is? It's not the Mckamey Manor. Yes, that is small. Mckamey Manor can suck my dick, but all the people are really important. All the stories are really important. All the trauma, the mental health, all of that is really, really important. That is not being questioned. So don't misconstrue what I'm saying here, or what this rant is about. Okay, all of the victims and survivors, all you people really matter. People like Holly and Lindsay and all the people that have come to the server for aftercare, all of that's still available to everyone. Everything is still available to everyone, even if you think I'm an asshole. Okay? Hi, Gene. Hi, hey, HG. Gene. Thank you. I don't give a shit if you think I'm a dickhead. I don't give a fuck if you're a survivor and you've talked shit about me on Facebook. You're still welcome here. You're still welcome to the aftercare. Okay? We're still here for you. Okay? You don't have to like me. All right? At all. We're still here for everyone. All right? So, yeah. Like, I'm also not trying to say, Cap, I'm also not trying to take anything away from the Mckamey Manor story. Like, it's become mega mainstream. The story and the people have been amazing. It's just, the reason that I couldn't do videos on it is because we're working on all this stuff on behind the scenes, and this was the only way it could be done, was the live streams, because there's no editing, there's no uploading, there's no rendering. And you know, if we'd been doing this a video series, you would have got a half-an-hour video once a week. Do you see what I'm saying? So doing it this way is the best way. And it's been an amazing experience, and I want to keep it going. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not fucking going to talk about Mckamey Manor Talk, the Facebook fucking admin fucking half-wit group from half-wittery. Okay? I'm really sorry, but there's something wrong up here, right? When you've got a group of 8,000 people being run by people that can't be trusted to fucking validate their own memories on current fucking events that took place in DMs and shit. It's scary. It's scary. You know? So calling you out on in my gen chat, finding out knowing that if anything was to ever, if you ever actually decided to put a plan against us, you had people in there waiting for people to, because to me it was more like, what if one of the bait team says something about an op casually, and then they decide to publicly post something that shows one of my bait team and outs them? Like, that's fucked. That is fucked. This isn't fucking Mckamey Manor Facebook fucking shit. This isn't high school. So that's why you got shock fucking quoted out, motherfuckers. Thank you, Jillian R. Yeah, listen, if we were about clicks, trust me, the algorithm hates me. The community supports and loves me. And that's all that matters to me. And we're going to keep making these stories. And we're going to keep fucking finding these assholes. And we're going to keep exposing shit. Okay? I don't want to be fucking Jake Paul or Casey Neistat. It would be great. Okay? It would be great to have 10 million subs and just vlog my life. That would be amazing. But this is the road that I've been... This is the path that's chosen me. And that sounds cheesy as fuck. But how can I turn my back ever on survivors or abused kids? Ever. How could anyone ever start down that path and ever turn away? It's just, you can't. Not when you've met the survivors. If they're fucking able to just have empathy and love, then you better fucking man up and show that you're a better person than who you were when you started out on all this, because no one has any right that's been through Mckamey Manor, or no one has any right that's consented to anything to put their trauma or try and damage a team of individuals who are out there trying to better those who had no fucking consent in their trauma. So get that into your fucking Facebook fucking admin minds. Narrow-minded fucking idiots. Right! Anyway, I think we're going to go for a smoke break and we'll jump into the goddamn seed cheat. Do you know what? I thought for a second that the mic had been off the whole time. Oh, God. Yeah, that was a one-time only rant. That was only 20 minutes. That was all right. All right, so anyone that wants to address any points they feel like I never covered, I'm very much an open book. Anyone that wants to come and talk to me about anything, just let me know. But understand, the shock quote situation, this isn't the first time I've done that. So I just hope you know that Like, we're not idiots, you know. Like, we seen you coming. We seen you coming. And it's really sad. So, but again, even if you've shit talked me, I'm here for all of you. 100%. So, okay, so I think we're going to just grab some guests. But Randy Marsh loves your videos. I love Randy Marsh. I missed you, Randy. Randy Marsh. How I missed you, Randy Marsh. Kinda want to touch your face just a little bit, Randy, yeah. It's all part of my album that I'm going to drop at Christmas time. It's just love songs dedicated to Randy. Happy Vets Day to all the battles and fellow veterans out there. Oh shit, I tell you what. Any of the fucking tips that come in, what do you reckon? Like, fucking, I don't know, what 20%? Like 20% of all the donations tonight we'll send to the veterans, something like that. 30%? 30%? 30%? 30%? 30%? 35. Yeah, let's go 35%. Is that fair? Yeah, I think that's fair. Is that okay? Yeah, that'll be all right. Yeah, we'll send some money to the vets. We'll send some money to the vets for sure. For sure, 100%. I think that's a good idea. It's Veterans Day. Do you know what I'm saying? Give some back. 35. Yeah, let's go 35. I'm down with 35. That's good. So, yeah, like, I can definitely do that. So, and what else? I'm going to roll a smoke and we're just going to have a fucking chat. All right? Like, I just want to... In fact, let's get Cap on. He's a fucking little amper scamp. He can come on for a wee chitty chat. Actually, let's get Josh on as well. Don't forget to... Oh, shit. I'm going to put that on the internet, Josh. I'm going to put you on the internet. I'm going to put you on the internet now. Threatening me, you fucking crazy. He's not actually. Just he's banter. Right, so I'm going to call Josh and Cap. And then we'll get some guests. Because you don't get to fucking tell me when the party's over, motherfuckers. I'm fucking Ron Swans. I'm the fucking Lizard King, motherfuckers. Calm down, Ron. This was the ranting that all of your community warned you about. The truth will set you free, but first it will butterfly... What? The truth will set you free, but first it will butterfly you off. What does that mean? What does butterfly mean? That sounds like an ominous knife threat. An ominous knife threat. I mean, obviously, I don't think it was. But, I only stay on YouTube for you because you care and are honest. Thank you, Tana. Listen. Like, oh, you're nailing it, Ron. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not here to bullshit anybody. Like, I just hope you know that. I had quite a nice little business before my channel took off. Make some pretty high-end leather work, knives and all that stuff. So, like, I love this. I fucking love this. I love it so much. Okay? You've no idea what this means to me. And, yeah, all of you make it possible, and I love all of yous. So, I think... Who the fuck is that? Who is that? Oh, it's Josh. And it's Cap. There we go. All right! For the kids' shoes, Jen. Thanks, Jen. I appreciate that. I wish I was lying, but I'm not. Like, I'm just honest with you all. Like, I got a bunch of kids and shoes are expensive. What are you Oh, Matt, look at you being all fucking like, look at me with my macro style lens effect. It's high end. None of us can hear you. You know that, right?
I know.
Oh, no, we can hear you now. Okay, so, Josh, are you there as well? All right. So we'll maybe wait a minute for Josh and see if he's coming back. Let me just grab this and take this over here. And yeah, so that was basically the explanation of the madness from today. For like I say, for me, it's better to just cut to the chase and give these people what they want, which is something to post around. And of course, yeah, Ron is obviously the mastermind behind an international terrorist cartel unit, and that's why he's on fucking YouTube, because that's what war bosses do. Put their fucking life on the internet. What?
Videos going.
I can't. No one can hear you.
How is the camping videos?
That not even that's very good. What is wrong with your mic? Like, what is the deal? Like, what is going on today? Have I turned you down? Is there like, have I turned Skype down? Let me just check something here. Now that is weird. You sound really. Does he sound really quiet to the folks at home?
I don't think so.
I can hear him fine. Okay, that's good. I can hear him. That's good. Right, nice one. Tidy. So it's just me.
Are you good?
Yeah. It'll be like it'll be something at my end. Okay. So yeah, like I say, it really matters to me that when people put their faith in me, put their money in me, and I represent them, that I explain myself publicly. I don't hide anything from anybody. It's the same approach we've taken to the pedophile operations by showing all of our work. It's the same what we do with the paranormal shit, where we show everything live and all that bullshit. So we're not, honestly, it's laughable that you think that we would discredit ourselves for nonsense. Honestly, I wish I did have an international terrorist cell. Do you know how many pedophiles we would have fucked up if I had a terrorist cell? Like, actually think about that. Do you know what I mean?
When I woke up for that, to be honest, I was sleeping and I woke up for that.
It would be amazing. Do you know what I mean? What country would be best? I mean, maybe like Russians would be good. Do you know what I mean? Less sort of religious connotations going on with the Russians. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Spicy Russian mob. Josh, how are you? Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I feel like Cap is oh, hang on, let me.
Am I overwhelming?
No, I just don't know why. Oh, try speaking now, Josh. Is your camera off, Josh?
Yeah, it's off.
Okay, that's what it is, and that's fine. So yeah, do you understand my explanation and where I was coming from with all this? Do you sort of understand the basis of a short quote to weed out a potential spy and the whole counter fucking espionage tactic that was gracefully put in place?
I mean, honestly, do you want me to cut my camera on, or what? What do you? I don't know what the fuck you want.
If you want, man.
Okay. So you're putting me in a weird fucking position right now. So I don't condone like that type of like, oh, I'm gonna send somebody here, I'm gonna send somebody there, because that's the same exact shit that we're complaining about that, you know, the Mckamey Manor people do to us, or sure. Whatever the fuck. But so I think wrong was done on both sides. But you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
In a situation like this, this complete drama and bullshit's going to happen. Some people can take it, some people cannot. I'm focused on getting people's stories out there. You know, if wrong was done on both sides, then I don't really have a side to take. I'm just worried about getting everybody else heard and getting the fucking truth out there. That's really all I'm worried about. I don't condone the shit, no, but that's not on me. It doesn't involve me. So
I'm only worried about the safety of my team foremost and utmost. And like I say, if anyone has an issue with anything that was done, you know, that's your opinion. But like I say, I'm not the one who spent days fucking shit talking the team behind people's backs. I'm getting sucked into pre-existing bullshit that I was warned about, and I don't think for a second that I'm not. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna sort of sit here and say that wrong was done on both sides at all. I would say that a lot of wrong was done on one side, and they fell for a very, very, very well played fucking trap. And anyone who wants to say that was reality, like I say, if you go back to the beginning of the chat, it's made pretty clear what I think your mindset is, because if you fucking think that there's anything that is similar between shit talking people that have gone through trauma and doing something to defend a community, there's bullying and then there's defensive actions. Do you see what I mean? So going out to bully someone and shit talk and slander them is one thing, but scaring some fucking stupid fully grown adults into fucking posting stuff so that you can go, oh good, now that I know that I've got to shift my vulnerable members of the team out of there, away from these fucking idiots. That is not on par with bullying and fucking anything. That's just a bunch of idiots that fell for a fucking clearly over the top statement to pull out rats. So I understand what you're saying with regards to this is the sort of thing that you have had to deal with, but yeah, no, people.
This is more or less like
back and forth. Hang on a sec, guys.
After seeing like the screenshots and the recordings and all that, I'm trying not to start a fucking like turf war between like two ridiculous Facebook groups, but I mean, I understand where like that shit was fucked up. That shit in those chats were fucked up. And I understand where you're coming from in that aspect. I really do. And I know you were just shit talking. In hindsight, I know you were just shit talking to an extent. And I understand what you guys are doing here is a lot more important than MMT. Or Mckamey Manor, period. So, yeah, your team comes first, and I agree with you. I mean, I don't have no beef with you or anything. So.
I knew when admins like that come for people, they'll use any excuse to slander a team or a channel. And I would rather make a statement that goes public within fucking hours of me saying it. Hours, right? Going public. Then, maybe the bait team has a bad day and they come in and they're pissed off and they're mouthing off about a fucking sting that maybe failed or whatever. And someone decides to go and put the name of the bait team on a fucking page and it's too risky, dude. There's too many people there that go out to put bad men in jail that have kids. Do you know what I mean? It's not a fucking game. So I'll happily put myself out on the railway track and stare the train in the face and deal with it publicly and make my statement known. But as long as everybody understands that my end game was to definitively decide if there was moles, worked to a T. I'm sorry, I'm smarter than your admins. Facebook, Mckamey Manor talk. I'm really sorry. Not my first fucking rodeo. So I understand completely where you're coming from with regards to just, oh my God, it's more bullshit. Trust me, you're not going to hear me mention Mckamey Manor talk or this situation ever again. Once our fucking next guest comes on, that's it. We're back onto the series, people. We're back on and we're rolling, and that is it. Anyone who disagrees with me, or like I say, you don't have to like me to come and use the platform, okay? I don't care if you shit talked me. If you want to still come and tell your story, you're welcome. Just respect the platform. And buy the razor wire. That's really important. I heard as well that it deters Russ McKinney, right? If you drink enough razor wire, it deters Russ McKinney. Allegedly. But yeah, so that's about it. But I think we've got one of Anthony. Is it Silva or Silvos or Sylvie? Silvis. That was it. Anthony Silvis. Is it? How do you pronounce his name? Rhett. What the fuck is his name?
It's Rhett.
Rhett. That was it. I'm honestly. Words are fucking hard, Josh. All right, words are hard. All right, words are hard.
Jesus.
Yeah. So,
hey, Ron.
Yeah.
Could you give Josh a little bit of a turn down on the mic side?
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, turn me down, fam.
Yeah, sorry. Let us know if that's too quiet or if that's okay. So let me just jump back to the main chat for a second here.
All right. Well, let me take my face off of this screen because this is weird.
Yeah, that's fine. Right. I'm just gonna have a quick smoke and then I will give Rhett a call and continue our story. Fucking.
I'll shoot him a message on Facebook real quick.
I've got him on here.
Oh, okay.
Best razor wire Flav. Well, to be honest with you, for every day, the raspberry one, okay? But if you want to, also regular strength raspberry. Like if you just want to drink one of these a day, regular strength raspberry is the one, okay? But if you want to like really, have it as a big part of your life like I do, drinking the cherry one, you can drink that like like a third strength. Do you know what I mean? And it still tastes really, really good. But I'm at the point now where I'm like 2/3 of a raspberry, half of a cherry, and then a dash of like really sour bitter lemon into it, and then make like a lemonade-y red berry concoction. I'm expanding the razor wire cookbook, shall we say?
Hey Ron, you're cutting out here and there.
Oh, I am?
You're cutting out here and there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that.
Yeah, all right. It's maybe the fact that we're all on Skype and it's like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. It seems to be the only platform that we can get to work on our side, I guess. I don't know what was going on with the Hangouts. It was just the links weren't working. I don't know.
Well, that's okay. And listen, like I say, after tonight, I'm not continuing talking about any of this. So I've addressed it. That's it. And I love everyone that's been showing us support. Also, as well, make sure we get contact with Prelude for after this. He was wanting to show us something. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll get Rhett to come on and continue our story of the Tennessee side, the Tennessee haunt, the road that we're going on our Mckamey Manor mission, the saga. I don't even know what to call it. I hope no one's offended by me saying things like saga and all the rest, because it's just... It is massive. It's just such a massive fucking thing to deal with. So we may only have time for one or two people tonight. I didn't really want to pressure anyone to come on, just with all the drama that had been going on, until I'd made a statement, because that's only fair and respectful, not to expect people to pick a side until they... Oh, I'll tell you something else. I'm a completely open book. Like, you want to come and talk, we'll talk. But obviously it's impossible for me to communicate with any of these admin anymore, so that's where it ends, and it sucks, but that's where we are. So anyway, let's get crack-a-lackin' with our first guest. So just give me a second to do this and this, and then hang up the phone on Cap and call Rhett. Oh, sweet. All right. Okay, sweet. Yeah, Rhett. All right. Okay. Yeah, no, I forgot that I just add people in here. It's all good. Right, I'm just going to turn the mic off. Viewers, we're going to be going radio silent for about 30 seconds. With this, and then we go with this. All right, so we're going to go to our first guest, which is Rhett Silvis, which is Anthony's part of Anthony's family from the Silvis haunt. I'm really bad at remembering names, so I'm never going to get any of this right. So just it's not me being rude. I'm just an idiot. So we just have to wash over that. So it's all good. So I'm going to let Rhett introduce himself and see where he fits into all of this. So thank you, Rhett, for coming and joining us. And it helps if I turn on the volume. There we go. Yeah, tell us who you are and how you fit into this whole saga, Rhett. And thanks again for joining us.
Oh, hey, no problem. Thanks for having me. Well, I'm Rhett Silvis from the Silvis family, and we're actually a terror experience, not a haunt. We didn't ever claim to be a haunted house. I don't know why people still assume that we are one.
Yeah. It's just the
But
conditioning, isn't it? It's just the conditioning of the go-to phrase. I think I was telling that to Anthony last night. I don't think anyone thinks they're haunts. I think it's just the terminology hasn't caught up with the events yet, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? That's all. So yeah, I completely feel that terror experience sells it way better. Way better, you know. Because there's such a scope. Can we hear you? Is your mic on?
I think it's on.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
guys
on.
audio was
Yeah,
good.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's just me being a fucking dumbass. So yeah, Rhett, you continue. Tell us how you fit in, what brought you to the platform, and what's your story, brother?
Well, I've been one of the core people at K Silvis. More or less, I wanted to just come in and like verify everyone's statements that was been made. Anthony, I know he said some stuff that I still get questioned on, so I'm pretty much jumping on the panel so everyone can see my face and see
Sure.
yes, this happened. And I'm one of the, I don't want to say main people. I do a lot of the handling and I do a lot of the booking as well. So some people will contact me for either information or to get a tour started, stuff like that. Matter of fact, when we were with Russ initially, he would have people message us. We were kind of mods, and of course, it was like him and admin. Another guy that was a part of K Silvis is no longer with us, and that's another story. And it has nothing to do with Mckamey Manor anymore, so I'm not even going to bring that up at all.
Okay, no problem.
But yeah, so we would have people who would say like, "Hey, how do I take a tour?" And we pretty much would send them to Russ, and Russ would either say yay or nay or put them somewhere in a slot. But we talked to people too. We know what being a mod was like. It's not because we got to know him. Like I still didn't get to see the real Russ. I still don't know who the real Russ is that this guy's talking about. Like, he was always the same person, far as the day I met him, which is Showman Russ. The day I met him, when I did my tour, and even when he was like bad mouthing and slandering us on his little channel. Now we don't go after him. At least I don't, because he's irrelevant. I've got my own shit to take care of. I've got my own job, my own page to, entertain my damn self. I don't have time to worry about weak-minded people like Russ Mckamey. But he did actually physically hurt me and actually did put me in the hospital by dragging me behind his truck. Now, however,
my mic's off here. Shit, right. Okay, yeah, we heard about that last night, and like that is fucking serious shit. Do you know what I mean? And seeing the size of you as well, right? You're a big fucking dude. Like, I can't imagine you went quietly. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't imagine you were like, sure, just chain me at the back of the truck, boys. That sounds like a fucking swell plan. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's scary, dude. It's scary.
And that was the point that I made with Anthony, is as terrible as it sounds and as bad as it was, I signed his stupid, ridiculous waiver, but I was under the impression that I was going to be safe at all times.
Do you know how many times he spelled liable wrong in that waiver? Multiple times he spelled liable wrong. So if you signed it, don't worry, because you're not libibable, okay? No one's libibable, all right? Don't worry. But the dragon, the story, and the way that Anthony painted the picture last night was horrific, absolutely horrific. And the point that I made was, I can't imagine there was like a drag zone that Russ had made sure there was no glass or anything puncturing that could have punctured you was free or anything like that. It's just ludicrous to think when you look at the way he treats the majority of his haunt and equipment. And that I think you're incredibly lucky. I've seen what happens when people fall over in the woods and get a stick through the side of their eye socket between the skin and the skull. You know what I mean? Your face is it's the groin of the body. It's like your eyes are the groin of the face. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a sensitive area, and to be dragged about, chest, face, whatever, that's the most terrifying thing I've heard out of all this. You know, the people in the waterboard, and all of that has an element of control because of the substance being used. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a lot easier to turn water off when you see someone choking than it is to be told, oh my God, his whole face has been ripped off, Russ, you better slow the truck down. Then his foot, you know, there's a lot of steps before you're safe. And that was the one real would hold up in a court of law as a serious fucking attack, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it was scary to hear, really scary.
Well, and we have to be a little more specific on this. Like, you know, it wasn't I guess he originally wanted to incorporate this to other contestants, but you know, at first it was just through the grass, and that was nothing, you know.
Yeah.
And really, and what I was saying on with Josh is, yes, I do have pictures, I do have videos. However, I had told Russ in the beginning, like, you know, as long as if I take this tour, as long as it doesn't affect how my home life is right now and how my work life is, then I will keep my word of pretty much agreeing to the NDA where I won't say anything. Of course, within reason, which I've told him that within reason. Like, I might tell people what the fuck happened, but it's just words until I actually show anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So until it personally affects me, like, and everyone's asked me, like, well, how do you feel about Russ Mckamey personally? Personally, he's one of the few people on this earth that I can personally say that I hate with the passion, and would wish every awful thing to happen to him.
Can you maybe tell us about a little bit more about your tour? Like when or maybe you can't elaborate, because maybe that's what you just said. You can't really discuss things that went on in the tour, but can you tell us anything about for me, it's interesting because you don't really hear in the videos or anything like that about the mind games that come before the haunt, about the preemptive conditioning that goes on with Russ. And that was really interesting for me, because there seems to be multiple layers to all of this, because the Facebook videos that Russ does, the Facebook lives that he does and things like this, are just, I mean, I keep going on about one of them where he basically says, and I'm not saying he did this, but he definitely made a video about it, where he starts talking about how he's got a woman that he's going to hypnotize, and then his audience are going to get to choose a tool that he's going to push through one of her limbs, and all of that. Like, he knows how to build mythology on himself. Like, this guy is like Tolkien level mythology making. I mean, it really is. Like, he must research modern trends on red rooms and the deep web, and just be like, oh, I can spin some bullshit on this. I mean, it's fucking fascinating, dude. Like, like, I swear to God, see if there was just a book of 10-second long Russ Mckamey videos from Facebook, it would be the #1 selling toilet book ever. Like, you just go in there and you're just like, fuck, whoa, holy shit. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But just, if there's anything that you can tell us about Tennessee, if there's anything you're comfortable that isn't, I don't think comfortable is the wrong word, if there isn't anything that you feel is an NDA, you know, violating, if there's anything you can touch on, just before we move on with the next part of what you were saying, like, is there anything you can tell us about the Tennessee haunt? Obviously, you can confirm things like other people have, like the quality of the haunt sort of degraded since San Diego and all of this, and certainly you've confirmed what Anthony was saying about what happened to you. And like I say, for me, I'm such a noob with all of this and where the key players come in, so I'm just hungry for the meat. Hungry for the meat, Rhett. I'm hungry. And it's weird though, because I'm not telling you to tell me anything, because I know you people sign stuff and all the rest of it. It's just I think I'm becoming a secret fanboy of all of this. Like, it sounds really fucked up, but it feels like watching a TV series. Do you know what I mean? There's so many characters, and it's people's lives. People have gone through this shit, and it's crazy. So, Russ Mckamey, You would wish everything that could possibly bad happen to anyone to him. What can you elaborate on exactly what has tainted Russ for you? Obviously, being dragged about in gravel, right? We'll just put that to one side for a second. Is there anything else on top of attempted gravel murder that has sort of tainted Russ Mckamey for you? Alleged attempted gravel murder, just in case your lawyers are watching, Russ.
Oh, $2 million lawyers. Yeah, let me tell you.
Yeah.
No, so here's where people probably would get confused or be like, so when I took my tour, I was still connected with Mckamey Manor. This long, giant list of people that he had in line waiting, no. I was the first one on the list because he wasn't getting viewers. He was brand new to Tennessee, so I don't have any tours. I don't have any tours. He was literally freaking out that he did not have a tour. And so he called like us, his actors. He's like, yeah, it's going to be fabricated, this, that, and the other. Some of the things that he would say are like, I questioned some of the videos that he showed us and was like, is that really necessary? Like part of Marissa's tour where she's getting hit over repeatedly over and over and over again. It's like, is that really necessary? Like, there's no need for that. Him and, again, the guy that we will not be naming throughout the whole entire thing, they had a problem with me because I asked questions. You know, I don't just openly go and do something to hurt somebody. That's just not who I am. I know I can hurt you. That's not the point. I'm here to scare people. I'm here to give that adrenaline rush that I get when I go to haunted houses and haunted experiences and stuff like that. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, but at least you and Anthony come over as normal dudes. Like you look like, you talk like normal dudes. You sound like normal dudes. Like I don't feel like you're living in a fantasy, which is what the impression I get from Russ. There's no difference between Russ on Facebook and Russ in a fucking tour. It's like watching the Joker. That's what it's like. Do you know what I mean? And it's comforting seeing other haunts that are, because I'm a novice to all this, and like I was saying to Anthony, it's comforting seeing guys that are like, yeah, we can scare you, we can do all this, but we're also businessmen. Like that's what we're running a business. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like, come to my garden. It's incredible. So for me, it's comforting seeing that you guys run, on paper the same sort of business as Russ. It's a scary fucking event, right? But you guys are clearly about the business, and you are normal dudes. Like it's comforting. Do you know what I mean? So
we actually have an LLC.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So like I say, I don't really know what to ask you. I just like to give people this opportunity just to talk. It's a very unique interview process when you don't know the people until 15 minutes before the show starts, and it's difficult to sort of pre-plan anything to ask them. So if there's anything you just want to kind of talk about or touch on in Tennessee or after your experience with Russ, just take this opportunity. And again, if you remember anything and you want to come back, you're more than welcome to, because it's the common thing of when somebody asks you if you got anything you want to say, your brain just goes bing, and it all goes. So feel free to come back if you do want to touch on anything more. But I would like to say that coming on and backing up what Anthony said is, I really appreciate you doing that, because that was the one big thing for me that was like, fuck, like that could have been a whole different story, Rhett. Like, do you know what I'm saying? What if you'd lost that beard? Like, what if all of your beard follicles had been ripped off?
Well, to be honest with you, like, you know how the only thing Anthony got wrong was he was like saying my whole upper torso.
Yeah.
It's actually from right underneath my pecs or my chest up here.
Yeah.
So pretty much like the top of my stomach all the way down to like my little just past the belly button.
Okay, so were you dragged head first then, I take it?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
So pretty much when I grabbed it, so it was both my forearms on the back end side.
Okay.
That got skint up, and my stomach. And the reason it was that is because I was literally pulling on the chain and pushing / holding my chest up, so I wouldn't get, because I have a tattoo on my chest. I didn't want to get ruined, and That's pretty much why. Yeah. So, and that lasted about I would say 10 minutes, like the whole experience did, as far as the dragging went.
Like an actual 10 minutes of dragging, or it felt like 10 minutes and it was actually like 30 seconds. Like actually 10 minutes.
Now I feel like we were doing it for a while. It wasn't any 30 seconds. It was
Yeah.
because I've got the video too. I can watch it, and it was pretty long. We sat there for a while.
That's fucked, dude.
Josh had a question, if you don't mind.
Yeah, Josh, chime in with your question, of course, on you go.
Oh yeah. So Taryn from last night made the comment that he tried to, I guess, rationalize that by saying that you could have let go anytime you want to.
No,
is there any?
That's where I did let go, but like Russell said, we can't do the manor until you hold on for a certain amount of time, and that certain amount of time was until I hit the gravel and then dragged through the gravel. So pretty much, he said some things that angered me and like, all right, bet, kind of challenged me. So no, I'm not saying necessarily that I was forced to hold the chain, but when I was promised like your safety is in our best interest, and that was what happened. I was bullheaded too. I'm not. It wasn't any kind of hypnotism though. It was just he saw how he could get me going, piss me off, and he pushed those buttons. He's a button pusher. So, genius? No. he, he's one of those guys. I would say it's more of a
Sorry.
aggravates you so much that you want to prove him wrong. You just want to put him in his place, as obviously unviolently as possible. Like, fine, I'll beat your stupid tour, but catch is he's never gonna let you. And he said that out loud to us. He's like, dude, I make up the time. It's my manor, my rules. Like, if I tell people, oh, they'll last 10 hours, they get this money. Well, I'll just say they did 10 hours, but we're not even at the manor, so that doesn't count. Stuff like that.
On your mic may have been off.
Yeah, I got that. Sorry, I'd fixed it. I turned it off again. I was just listening. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's questioning the in-winnability of the manor. Like, it seems to just be... It's not there for anyone to win. It's there to feed Russ's whatever. Insert fucking buzzword here. Do you know what I mean? And we're moving on in this series. We're going to be looking at the arguments that people have made about the cult mindset, the mental health mindset, and the BDSM claims and all this, because the BDSM community is losing their fucking mind that people think that this is anything to do with BDSM at all. Like, it's crazy. The big thing with BDSM is consent, okay? And, prior knowledge of what's happening. So, yeah.
But there is a point I want to make on that as well.
Go ahead.
Consent can be taken away from whoever gave it to you from the get-go. Like, that waiver's not going to save you. If it's like, okay, you're going to get in this hole and I'm going to bury your head under. Well, no, you're not. Consent has then been pulled back. And instead of doing it the right way, where it's like, okay, well, either save your safe phrase or we'll figure something else to do. He just straight said, well, then you obviously aren't committed or whatever, and the waiver, this, that, and the other, and he pretty much makes you believe like, well, am I wrong? But no, the moment you say no in any situation, you took back your consent that you originally gave. It doesn't matter what a piece of paper says. The moment you take back your consent, it is no longer consensual.
Yeah, I agree. It's interesting. It's just the plot thickens every the more we talk about this, and like I say, Rhett, if there's anything else you can think of or anything else you want to sort of come back before the Tennessee section of this is finished off, you're more than welcome to. If anything, were you ever with Russ in San Diego or anything like that, or was it just Tennessee? Just Tennessee. So, like I say, it's crazy, and I think we're going to be doing our best to sort of publicize your haunt the best we can. We're trying to put together something for the other channels on YouTube that are pushing this story to give them something to put people's attention onto that's a real terror experience and not a bullshit experience you're seeing videos from 5-6 years ago and then getting 8 hours of hard labor and then waterboarded until you fucking cry, basically. Like, that's the reality of Mckamey Manor. Whereas if we can get them looking at you guys and getting some other, you know, if you've got any other friends that have got haunts and things like that, if we can get people actually focusing on you guys and putting all their energy into going experiencing actual terror events, and, you know, that is better than just everyone running in a circle going, Mckamey Manor bad, Mckamey Manor bad. We fucking get it, okay? We fucking get it. Let's take all that energy and shift it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, all these people that have had their lives affected, that are losing their fucking minds on the internet, trying to get answers, trying to get results, getting nowhere. It's never going to fucking change. Like, Russ Mckamey is either an evil genius or is just he's just a slippery bastard. I just don't know. I don't know. But I don't think I swear to God, if you took away his house, all of his money, his dogs, everything, he'd be in the woods with a tent giving haunt tours to homeless people that live in the woods, right? And he'd live till 150, okay? And he'd live out his days in the woods. You know he's going to live to 150 in the woods, homeless, giving tours in a tent, motherfucker. He's not dying young. Russ McKinney's living forever, okay? Just fucking telling you. I'm telling you, man. I'm just saying. He's going to live a long time. It's crazy.
Well, that, but maybe there's something I can give. I don't know if Anthony have ever mentioned this or something.
Mention it again, bro. It's worth mentioning again. Go for it.
Yeah, so one huge difference when you take a tour with us versus Mckamey Manor, because a lot of people would come, like a lot of new people say, well, how do I know what you want to do to me throughout the experience? Like, I know what, you know, when you blindfold me and stuff, like, how do I know you don't do this and do that? And at the end of your tour, we will burn on we just ask you to give us one day to do it. And we'll take all the video that we took that night, the night of your tour, and we'll put it on the computer and float it up to the flash drive and give it to you, your own tour, on a raw, uncut, unedited, version of yourself on your tour. So you can literally go back and watch exactly what we did, what happened to you, the whole shebang. So there's no question what we tell you is factual and we're not just blowing smoke up your ass. Like, we're telling you, this is what happened. It's on here. Just watch it.
But I think that's really cool. It's like, if you go, I'm sorry to compare you to this, but like when I went to Disneyland and shit, when you go on the roller coasters, they give you those, you can buy those photos. Do you know what I mean? When you go skydiving, they give you a video. When you go bungee jumping, you get a video. Like, that's fucking brilliant that you do that, because everyone wants to then take it and then all their friends get to rip the utter piss out of them. I mean, that's the only reason those videos exist for them, so that when the people do the haunts, we can all go, aha, Billy did the haunt last week. We're going to go. It's the modern day version of the slideshow. When your fucking grandparents would go to fucking like Corfu on holiday and they'd come back with fucking slides because it's the fucking 80s and shit. Like, it's the modern version of that, and that's how it's transparency, it's openness. It shows that it's free marketing for you guys from a business point of view as well. You know what I mean? I hope you make sure your logo's loud and proud in all these videos, so when they're uploaded, your website and shit are fucking visible. And if they're not, we'll get you some graphics made. Don't you worry about that. But I think it's great. I think it's fucking great, dude. If I'm ever in America, anywhere in America is closer to you than where I am now. So if I'm ever there, I'm definitely coming to get my entire day ruined by you and your lovely family. 100%. How could I not?
So-
Look at that face. How could you not trust that beard? Who doesn't want that beard screaming that they're going to
Why
kill
do I
them?
have the feeling I'm gonna be dragged along?
Oh, Matt. Oh, Matt. There'll be a very special tour for Matty. We'll
Matt's a lot closer.
Yeah.
Oh,
We could crowd
Yeah,
fund
so-
Matt there. 100,000 subscribers by January, and Matt, we fucking send Matt to the fucking Silvas. Okay, 100,000 subscribers by January. Matt goes to the Silvas. Mega super ultra vlog. Brilliant.
Flight's not that much. The flight is not that much.
No, it's not.
So here's the thing on that though. He gets a good time after his show. Like we'll go out and hang out into the bars and stuff and be like, so you good? Make sure he's fine. Have a few drinks. We'll buy him a steak dinner, We'll have a great time. It's all good.
It'll be amazing. Like, it'll just be amazing. Like,
And can we just talk about the fact that people have actually finished Cater Silvis here recently and not,
Definitely, yes.
you know,
yeah, people it seems to be what it should be. A tough event that an actual human being who can endure fear can endure and go through. That's called fun. Okay, like a computer game when you have to get to the last boss and it's really hard, but you fucking get there. It's not like a shitty version of E.T. on the Atari where you just fall in a fucking hole at the beginning and you're like, well, this is fucked. Great Atari. Cheers, E.T. Dick. Like, it's just, it's how it should be. It shouldn't be easy. It shouldn't be you're not selling fun. You know what I'm saying? You're not selling, it's fun, but it's not like, hey, we've got an 8-year-old's birthday party this weekend. Can we book a fucking tour? It's not that kind of fun. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like fucking all-round family fun. It's a niche fun. It's a niche fun. It's like base jumping. It's not for everyone. Great to watch the videos, but not for everyone. But yeah, anyone who's interested in real haunts, we've been pushing you guys since the start. So once I go back and redo all the descriptions, I'll make sure to get all your links and stuff in there. So
Cool. Yeah, so we don't make it impossible.
Yeah.
Like we tell you straight up from the beginning, like, hey, it's a 3-hour experience. So when you get on site and we're ready for you, we'll tell you like on camera and everything, your time starts now. And we'll say it is like 8:57. Your time starts now, 3 hours. And then we go. And then we're nonstop until 3 hours or until you say your safe phrase once. And it's very simple. Everyone has the same safe phrase, and it's I quit. The moment you say that word, we're done. Or if there's a point in time where maybe you just zone out, you're no longer responsive, then we're going to just say, okay, you opted out. And
yeah, it's verbally pass out or just it's one of them. I get it. It's cage fighting rules. Either you're gonna tap out, or the ref's gonna call it. I get what you're saying.
You have to be conscious. Like for us to continue, you have to be coherent. Like we have to know that you can say I quit, and if you're unable to, for whatever reason,
you need to get merch made with that on it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that should be the merch for the tour. Don't worry, if you fall unconscious, we will save you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's how it should be, Russ. Okay? All right, yeah. So I'm ranting again. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm hyped up this evening. I'm sorry.
That's fine. This gets me hyped up too, and then we can just like make jokes and all sorts of shit all the time. But the other difference, I've had some claims of people saying Russ was like this, has medical staff on by or something like that. I don't know if that's true. It wasn't at my tour. I didn't have anybody to fix me up.
That was one of the questions we were asking, because there's not many conspiracies you come across where you've actually got options for things. And one of the things that we were looking at was, could we go after Russ's wallet by, is there like a small business group that you should be part of, insurances, legislation in terms of, health and safety violations and all this kind of stuff? Because those fines stack up. America doesn't fuck around with fines. They love a fucking fine to these small business bureau motherfuckers. So, that was one of the things we were looking into, because you would think that if you're going to do that to people, like, you got to make sure that if something happens, not even you guys going too far. Maybe they've lied to you. Maybe their heart's totally fucked. And they've lied their way in, and they've forged the paperwork, and you guys are just doing a normal tour, but fucking Callum from fucking Aberystwyth has got a fucking pacemaker, and he has a heart attack. You need to be able to deal with that. Like, that is business. Doesn't matter if it's a haunt or if it's a fucking kid's shoe shop. Surely there's always a first aider. You know what I mean? Even if it's a baseline first aider that knows the recovery position until the main first aider gets there. You know, it doesn't need to be a paramedic walking around in a green jumpsuit all like in a movie. That's not what I mean. You just have to, you've all had a fucking job. You all know the first aider and the big fucking first aid box. It's basic shit. Basic. So I just don't know if one man running a hub, an experience can be the safety, the torturer, the guy who calls it, the guy who monitors everything. You can't be all those things and make it safe. You just can't.
It's like leaving Judge Dredd in charge of a haunted house.
Judge Dredd would be great. Don't fucking slander Judge Dredd.
No. Judge, jury, executioner. That's
Oh, okay, right, okay. You just watch yourself. You just watch yourself there, Cap.
I love
all
Judge
right.
Dredd.
90,000 subs, and we'll send him there. 90,000. Okay, we'll just keep lowering this. Okay. That's 100K. It's 100K. 100K.
We do have people that are certified at like CPR and basic first aid. So if you were to go unconscious and we're not breathing, we could perform CPR until the ambulance did get to you.
That's I think what is legally required of most places. Do you know what I mean? You need to be able to know what to do whilst the professionals are on their way. I think that's the baseline for any sort of minimum health and safety. And it's scary. It's scary. I'm just amazed that something hasn't happened. I'm not convinced there's not like a secret fucking burial fucking spot in the woods for some shit that's went down. I'm just saying, allegations, allegedly. I'm just saying, it's just, I'm amazed. Do you know, I honestly think, right, like, it's becoming like Russ is this one man who can step back from a situation and convince a member of the public who he's mind-controlled for weeks before they get there to come into a situation where they then mind controls the actors into doing heinous shit to them while he just stands back, puppet master and everything. Like, am I crazy, or is that feasible? Like, is that a feasible theory? Because I feel like I'm in a fucking movie. I feel like I'm in an augmented reality game, right? And this is the biggest troll the world has ever done, and you're all paid actors in some billionaire's fucking ploy. That makes more sense than Russ McKamey being capable of this level of fucking narcissistic insanity. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. The guy, I just don't understand. I don't understand the level of the guy's narcissism, and it's fucking insane. It's insane. I'm amazed that no one has been severely, I mean, you've been severely hurt, but I'm amazed that something hasn't gone so far gone that something crazy's happened. But maybe that is the testament to the intensity of the haunt then. I just don't know. It's so confusing, Rhett. Like, it's so confusing.
Josh is...
Yeah,
Sorry,
Josh, chime in, mate.
What?
I'm saying,
you were wondering if you could ask a few respectful questions.
Oh, no. Not for Rhett. I had a certain somebody who wanted to come on after this.
Yeah,
that has agreed to answer a few questions if you guys were down with it.
Yeah, Taryn, I think, from last night was wanting to come back, or Taryn, I'm just awful with names, which was Russ McKamey's admin. I'd offered to come back if you guys wanted to pitch some questions. I've put slow chat on down to 60 seconds so people can only comment once a minute. Thank you, Collie Rose. Collie Rose, is that right? Collie Rose? Thank you very much for that. 420, yo! 420! So
Ron,
yeah.
just to let you know,
yeah,
you ruined my autoplay feed because now it's all just whale music. The other night.
We all need some whale music. What was... Oh, yeah. We do a Saturday show called Internet Horrors where we look at true fucked up shit that goes on the internet. And it's got to the point now where we're just going to play whale music throughout most of it just to calm people because it's so fucked up. Like, we had to play like 10 minutes of dog memes just to sort of get us all out of the depressing hole that we'd gotten into with this. It was fucking awful. like a couple abusing a 6-week-old baby and shit. It's just like, why? I mean, what? I got really upset, actually. I fucking smashed something that night. That's the first time I've been really fucking triggered. I was really fucking triggered. But yeah, if you guys want to ask Taryn, I hope I'm saying your name right, Taryn. I'm fucking awful. I'm such an asshole. If you guys want to ask some questions, we can get them back on. You're getting a lot of love for your beard, Rhett, out in the side chat. I just want to say that. Massive respect to the beard. There's a lot of love coming out for the beard. So yeah.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, everyone, lot of love. Everyone's really good. Really pleased that you've been here. So what we'll do is I'll give Taryn a call. I'm just going to just assume that I'm saying his name wrong every time I say it, and you guys can pitch some questions, and we'll sort of wind down the show tonight. Like I say, I didn't want to go and force any guests to be on, just with all the shit that was going on. I felt like it was more respectful to explain the craziness and then have people on that were comfortable, and everyone that's coming on is comfortable. So again, tomorrow night, just everyone knows, we've got our paranormal show, and we'll be coming back to the Mckamey Manor on Wednesday. Then Thursday, Friday will be Mckamey Manor in as well. So that is going to be the lineup for this week. So we'll, just to let everyone know, so we'll do a bit of a Q&A next, and we can then see what everyone is doing. So yeah, Rhett, thanks for joining us, mate. I really do appreciate it, and we'll make sure to spread the word about you and your family's awesome terror experience, because it's exciting stuff. So
well, if you're going to do that, please, since we are approaching all of these big power moves that we're doing, as far as like we're giving back to our communities as best as we can with the book drive, with Malice. If anything, before you even mention our names, mention that cause. We're not asking people to send toys to us directly. Please, if there's someone in your community that's doing a toy drive, donate to them. That's the best way you can show your
absolutely. I think what you need to do is you need to get a hashtag put together, and then basically when people are dropping off their toy, they can hashtag, and you can create a huge community across all the platforms, people coming together, and it really shows the impact of your movement, you know. And that's one thing I've got drilled into my fucking head, is it's got to have a hashtag, Ron. It's got to have a hashtag. So we'll get everything sorted, and we'll start pushing that as of Wednesday for you guys. So it's a fucking great idea. It's a fucking great idea, and we're going to push the shit out of it, all in the name of making Christmas better for kids, because yeah, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about.
The unfortunate who need a better Christmas than we do.
Trust me.
So yeah,
we get it.
Just get back to our community. It's the best thing we could possibly think of.
Yeah.
So please do push that before you push our name, if anything.
No problem.
You can attach, obviously, but
we will. We will. Don't worry. We're going to be pushing everything. Don't worry. And thanks again, Rhett, and lovely to meet you, brother. So yeah, good to speak to you, and we'll chat to you again, mate. Thank you. So yeah, Rhett there. Just interesting to have all this confirmed, and I'll give Taryn a call. Taryn, I'm fucking terrible with this guy's fucking name. He's gonna just think I'm an asshole. So good to have the chat. So what I'll do is try and add Taryn in. Taryn, I was getting it right. I'm pretty sure I said Taryn a couple of times, but that's all right.
No, you were good the whole way through.
Was it? Yeah, see, nailed it.
I just wasn't going to give you the satisfaction.
Oh, cheers. You'll see how funny it is when you're getting dragged through the fucking Silva's haunted fucking mega terror experience.net. See how funny it is then. Do you know what I mean? You'll be wishing you were in that onesie out in the streets again, getting adopted. Yeah. Hey, what's happening? Yeah, we can hear you, mate.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, let me just what is that? Rhett, we're looking at your hard drive there. It looks like you're building. There we go. All right. Okay, wicked. All right, let me get back over here. So what we're going to do is, if I go and grab the pop-out chat. Pop-out chat. And we'll bring that over here. Okay, so we are back again with Taryn, which is one of Russ's current admins. And I thought since he was willing to come back this evening, I thought we could do a little Q&A. So anyone that's out in the side chat, the slow chat is on, so you'll only get to speak once a minute or whatever it is, just to help the admins out. It's been crazy. So San Diego's coming, don't worry. And listen, I just want to sorry mate.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you keep going ahead. I was just gonna ask if I could clarify something before we start.
Yeah, of course we can. Like the reason that we're doing this story this way will become clear when we finish up our series of live stories. You just have to trust me. There's a reason why we're going in such a weird order with everything. So when we get a chance, I got a few who want to. Hang on a second, Josh. Can you just come and say that verbally? I missed that.
Oh yeah. Like whenever we get a break or whatever, when people in the group, I had a few questions I wanted to ask him, like personally.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. No problems. Okay, so if there's anyone out there, you can barely hear me.
They can't hear Taryn.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I'll level Taryn once we start. Don't worry. So if you guys want to ask any questions, Matt, you're going to be making sure you grab questions just in case. So Taryn.
All that I ask is that they're respectful. That's what I ask.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, Taryn, I'm just going to make you full screen and you can clarify what it is you wanted to clarify, and I'll just start sizing you because you are totally zoomed in on. So just bear with me while I fix your...
All right. So am I good to go now?
Yeah, just go ahead. I'm just,
All right.
as you're talking, I'm just editing your screen size.
So just for the people in the chat, right, because I was scrolling through the chat and I was watching during Ron's rant earlier, he was talking about a group called Mckamey Manor Talk. Mckamey Manor Talk is separate from the actual Mckamey Manor Facebook page.
Yeah.
I am a moderator for the actual Mckamey Manor Facebook page.
Yeah.
So I saw a lot of people calling me a mole and all that stuff. I just wanted to clarify
that I am
not a part of that
sorry,
group,
I missed all that in the chat. Yeah, no.
myself.
This has nothing to do with the Mckamey Manor Haunt Facebook page. This is to do with a Facebook page of people that we were trying to share the stories of. There were people that were against the manor. It's the opposite. If anyone thought that I meant it was Taryn's group or the Mckamey Manor fan page or anything, whatever you want to call it, that was not what I meant. It was a group of people who we were trying to share the stories of. We're trying to share everyone's story, to be honest with you. But
Did we get an increase on Taryn's mic?
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so Taryn,
and you're pulling it down. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
So thanks for actually bringing that to my attention because I missed that people were making that connection. So thanks for tidying that up.
Oh, no problem. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so have we got any questions out in the side chat there?
Yeah, I'm just bringing a few up. In regards to Chris, who was supposedly Russ's sidekick, people were wondering what happened to him.
I mean, he's still around. He hasn't been on or anything. I mean, he works a lot, like his regular job. He works a lot. Actually, I know he's at work right now. That's why he's not watching live right now. I'm actually talking to him to try to get him to come on. I don't feel have the time because, like I said, he works constantly. But I'm definitely talking to him to try to get him on here to talk.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just bringing it up here. Sorry, bear with me here.
That's okay.
I just making sure because a lot of people are still saying that Taryn's audio is very quiet.
Okay,
so
he's at maximum audio on my end. So Taryn,
here, let me try something here.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
That's right.
Is that any better, guys?
That could be. Just talk about the weather.
All right. Well, we got a really bad snow here in Indiana. Probably got about 3 inches, which isn't like bad normally, but
it came all at once. So the
Okay,
roads
yeah,
got pretty bad.
everyone's saying it's much better. Nice one. Okay, thanks
Okay.
everybody. Appreciate that. So let me see if I can hang on. Taryn.
I got one.
Okay,
Sorry.
on you go.
People were just wondering if you know if Russ has been watching the streams and how much he knows about what's going on.
Personally, I honestly do not know if he's watching. I honestly haven't talked to him much about it. I know that he knows the streams are a thing, but I don't know if he's watching or not.
And has Russ had a solid opinion on all the publicity he's getting right now?
I honestly haven't talked to Russ. I kind of feel like I'm a terrible answerer for some of these questions, but I honestly I haven't talked to Russ about any of that either. I do know that in the beginning, like whenever the news article was first written, the publicity was great. We got a whole plethora of new fans in, and with the things going on right now, honestly, I don't know, and I would hate to speculate on his opinion without actually talking to him about it myself.
Yeah. People were also wondering too, because you're still doing the moderation for the page and stuff like that. Have you been getting a lot of messages on the channel in regards to what's been going on?
Yes, actually, I have. There's been a lot of people that are in the Mckamey Manor group that have been watching these streams. You're reaching a very large audience. I've talked to several people who have been watching the story unfold, and several people. One of the reasons why I'm on here right now, and why I really wanted to come on, was because some of the people that were messaging me and saying that they really wanted to hear a positive voice as well. So I figured I would be the one to step up and hop in.
Well, can you maybe extend my offer to them? They don't have to be on camera. They can do written statements. They can do whatever they want.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Getting every side of the story is what paints a clear picture, and it's going to trigger people. It's going to upset people, but I'm just in this to get all the facts. Nothing, you being here doesn't, in my eyes, discredit anything anyone said. I'm just able to sit here and listen to you in the same way as I'm able to listen to Holly or Carol or anyone. And it paints a picture for me. And if anyone thinks that this is a sympathetic push or anything like that, that is not the narrative here at all.
That wasn't what I was trying to get towards whenever I was talking.
I don't feel like you are pushing or twisting or doing absolutely anything. You're just answering questions and being straight. I really don't think the most common thing said after your interview to me was along the lines of, maybe he's just a guy who's had a really good experience with Russ.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I am, You
see what I'm saying?
I don't feel like I'm brainwashed or anything.
In the same way as there's lots of people who have double lives. I'm not saying that's what it is. There's just a lot of layers to all of this. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It really is. And I want to. It's interesting to get different perspectives, and that's why when people deny people the right to talk because their narrative's different, that is someone controlling reality as far as I'm concerned. I'm on everyone's side apart from Russ. Okay? That doesn't mean I'm against Russ. That just means he's the key figure in this. Before we even get on to his work life, I've got issues with how he's conducted himself in his personal life that have nothing to do with Mckamey Manor. Those are just based on one person's statement. Russ is more than welcome to come here and put his side across any time. And I'm certainly not going to drag my journalistic fucking name in through the mud by publicly shock journalizing Russ Mckamey if he came on the platform. Not that he will, but I wouldn't do that. It's just not what it's about. It's about the story. And
and that's one thing that I really like about your YouTube channel. That's why I've been a fan for even before this whole Mckamey Manor stuff unfolded. Like I said, I actually found out about the Manor because of your YouTube channel, and I like it because, you know, you're a journalist. You know, I can
try.
I can see true journalism in your channel where I don't, and like CNN or Fox News. You know.
Yeah. I've got a big team behind me, and I just want to publicly thank all of the team at Surviving Life, all of the admins, all of the researchers, absolutely everybody who have been key in this channel's growth. It's a massive, massive group of people. And Christmas time, you guys are going to see just how big that group is and what we've achieved this year and all the things that we've done, because that's not me flexing, that's me showing how if these people weren't here volunteering, it wouldn't be what it is. And that's the truth. My community, the audience, and the staff and the team are what make this channel what it is. I've got the easy part, and I really appreciate all the things that they do. I really can. I can't thank them enough. So, Cap, can we jump over to any more questions before Ron starts fucking? I'm on a rant tonight. This isn't Ron going back to talking through everything. Okay, I was fucking riled up coming on to this chat. Do you know what I mean? I had the Get Psyched mix on and drinking the razor wire just raw out of the tub like a fucking crazed Neanderthal. So I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm so sorry.
So actually, there's a question from last night from Chef. He sent to me. He goes, with both prior military, Russ, like me, Navy, him, USMC, do they base their operations, interviews, and general operations of a show based on horror-inspired military tactics?
Okay, so I can actually answer that one pretty well because I'm in the Army National Guard, right? So I went through all of the training, you know, that the regular Army uses. I've even talked, you know, extendedly to Russ about this. I view Mckamey Manor as like SEER school and you know, Green Beret training, you know, all kind of wrapped into one. So SEER school, if you don't know what that is, it's SERE school. It's survival, evasion, resistance, and escape training, right? So that's where you basically learn how to survive through torture tactics, right? Such as, you know, waterboarding, just a whole bunch of different torture tactics. You learn how to survive those. And I feel like Russ took SEER school and he wrapped it up into an experience that can be gone through by the general public and can be used to scare a person, you know? So I definitely believe that military tactics are 100% used.
And do you think that the use of military tactics is what brings such a shock value to the civilian who goes there?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. There's no question about it. Because the average civilian doesn't really understand how intense those military tactics can be, especially whenever you're taking a week-long training, right, and you're combining it into like a one-night experience. Things get crazy, you know, and that's where a lot of the shock value is added. And in my opinion, you know, that's what makes it so extreme.
That's a really interesting point. And again, it's just interesting sort of having this window into that, because that's an interesting point. I think it doesn't excuse anything, don't get me wrong, but it's certainly a good starting point for anyone who's pushing the misconception narrative, how the illusion inside people's heads was made so real. The bruises weren't fucking illusions and things like that, and there's a lot of pretty crazy things. But again, that's not a period of time where you were involved, so we don't have to touch on. We're not touching on any of that. This is all pre Tennessee era stuff that is the most sort of shocking, and we'll get to all of that. But we're not going to ask you to comment on stuff that has no relevance to your timeline. It's just it's not right. So. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Cap, is there anything else that's coming up in the side chat there?
Nothing I can see that's
That's relevant. Let me have a wee look.
relevant.
Somebody was asking how long did the waterboarding last. I imagine that would be different from person to person, I would imagine.
For me, it was like a bucket of water, and I wouldn't even call it waterboarding, because with waterboarding you have like a towel over your head and you're leaned back and they're dumping water down your nose. With me, I was just kind of laying in a pile of dirt, and I had like a hood on my head, but it was kind of up, but like he pulled it up to here by that point, and he just kind of dumped water on my face. It was like a 5-gallon bucket of water that he dumped on my face. So I don't even call that waterboarding, really.
Someone's asking, does Russ have a show anytime soon? People in your group are saying people are being screened.
Okay, so I thought it was common knowledge by now, but I mean, I guess because I'm in the group, I thought so. We have actually stopped doing screenings for a while because Russ rents property from some certain people where some of the stunts are held, right? And that person who he rents the property from is actually selling their property. So we are unable to be on the property right now. So we are looking for a new location to be able to rebuild the stunts. And that's why, tours aren't going on at the current moment, because we just don't have the availability of the land to actually do the tour.
Okay. So it's currently just non-existent.
For the time being.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just jump back to the side chat here.
Ron, I got another question if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course, go.
It's from Shelly. I'm going to word it a little bit different, but how do you feel about the contestants and their experiences, and are you claiming they're lying?
No, I'm not claiming that anyone's lying, right? As far as the contestants and their experiences, I believe it's it's all about perception, right? I mean, if someone went there and they didn't get what they were looking for, then yeah, that sucks. That's awful. Like that. No, I don't think anybody should, go somewhere and they don't get what they're looking for. But all I can speak about, is me personally. I knew what I was going for, and I got what I was going for, and that's why I enjoyed it. I don't think Mckamey Manor is for everyone. I don't. I would not recommend it to every person. I really wouldn't. I would recommend it to a certain subset of people, and I believe that certain subset of people that I would recommend it to would have a fun time with it. Everyone that I have talked to and everyone that I have seen, other than the only person that I've seen become a true hater since my time of being in the manor, was Wolf, and he didn't even make it past boot camp. Other than that, every person that I have talked to personally, and I'm not talking about seeing a video of, I'm talking about talked to personally, that has experienced the manor since I have been a part of the manor, has had a true enjoyment with it, and they've had a lot of fun, and they want to do a second or third tour. Heck, I know someone who's currently a mod in the group. She's done 8 tours. She has a total of 48 hours in the manor.
Josh,
and she loves it.
Josh, sorry to interrupt you there, Taryn. Josh, can you see if you can contact Shrek and Fiona? I'm just, I don't want to open Facebook because I can't stop all the noises from crazy.
So the situation with, they're having a family emergency with one of them's immediate family member.
No
and
problem.
That's why they've been.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's not a problem. Just as long as they know we are keeping this going until we meet Shrek and Fiona. I'm telling you that now.
They're going to come on. It's
worry,
just
they're too good. Like the stuff that they've been up to is just spicy meatballs. But I can't wait to meet them. They're like they're insistent that I call them Shrek and Fiona, and that they had me at that. So I can't wait to meet them. But I just wanted to make sure that if we had an option to get them on tonight, we would. But if not, we'll continue with some questions, and we'll wrap this up because I am really fired. I'm wired up this evening. Like, today has been a frustrating day of being proven right, sadly, and
Ron, just as a moderator for the Mckamey Manor, the actual Mckamey Manor Facebook page,
yeah,
I totally understand where you're coming from. I receive threats on death threats on a weekly basis from those people. It's absolutely ridiculous.
The death, none of that bothers me. It's the people being in the Discord when we've got operations ongoing that are to keep kids safe, and people doing things for clout on a Facebook page where that could be jeopardized. So, like I say, it's just, I don't know if it's the right terminology, but it's just counter fucking espionage. You've got spies in, I'll give you something to report on to call you out. It's like counter espionage for dummies, fucking page 1. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Would you be able to fit in another question just from a super chat?
Yeah, of course. We can fit in as many questions as you guys want. We're at 1 hour 40. We can keep this going for at least another 20 minutes, half an hour if you want to. It's not a problem. It's up to Taryn as well. It's he's probably like, hey,
I'm open.
This fucking guy doesn't even know how to get my name right 100%. I can tell every time.
By the way, you're saying it right.
Every time I say it, I'm like, I'm getting this fucking wrong. I'm getting this wrong. But I'm glad.
You're saying it right every time.
I'm glad I'm not. Okay, good. Okay. So yeah, we just had a super chat there. So just wondering, do you you're better off reading it. I'll just butcher this entire English sentence, Matt. You're better off reading it.
Just wondering, do you think the key to him physically wearing participants down before the time the event starts in the house, would you say that that is how he's able to get them to not finish?
Well, I would say that definitely would help, right? I mean, that's kind of obvious. I mean, if someone's physically worn down, then they're mentally exhausted at the same time. It's just one goes hand in hand with the other. But a thing that kind of, is a counter argument to that is here recently, actually since my second tour, since like July, even before then, I think, but we haven't done boot camp anymore. Boot camp hasn't been a thing. So you don't get that period of being physically worn down anymore like you did before. Now it's just you sign the contract and you're straight in. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get that time of having to do the physical activities in Russ's front yard before you can actually make it to the manor, because that doesn't exist anymore. So to answer the question, I guess more straight to the point, yes, that did help with getting people to quit or whatever, but it's not a thing anymore. So it shows that Russ can do it with or without it.
Okay.
I actually have a question myself that I've been kind of thinking on. And have you ever asked or Russ has ever mentioned the real reason why he continues this and wants people to experience this?
From what I have heard Russ say, and from what I have talked with Russ, I would say that Russ continues it, even through all the controversy, because even though you get a lot of haters from it, right? And even though people come and some of them don't get what they want and they turn hater, the people like me, or the people like others that I have talked to, and I don't really want to mention any names because I haven't got their permission, but that did really enjoy their tour and that do really have a lot of fun. Being able to put that smile on someone's face after their tour. I mean, obviously the smile's not on their face during the tour, but seeing their face, their happy-go-lucky attitude in their exit interview and talking about how much of adrenaline rush they had. I think that's what makes it worth it for Russ is just entertaining people,
An experience he can give to only a certain amount of people that he knows
exactly.
He can.
Exactly. Because it's not like everybody's going to enjoy the manor, right? Like I said, I would recommend it to a certain subset of people. I wouldn't recommend it to everyone. But that certain subset of people that I believe would have fun with it, I believe really would have fun with it.
Josh actually has
Okay. So, first of all, before I even ask anything, I just got like a 3-piece nugget for you. And if anybody feels like, you don't want to answer it, then, Ron or Cap or Taryn, feel free to just say pass,
Oh, Taryn, thank you, by the way.
Everything's respectful. So basically the first question I personally have for you is something that I experienced myself. And you don't have to answer this, but I just want like some clarification on, does Russ really, why are people getting kicked out of Mckamey Manor group for asking simple questions, and why are certain people of us being harassed either by normal profiles or fake profiles? Can you or will you elaborate on that at all?
Yeah, so obviously the Facebook group has some rules, right? And one of the rules is no hate, right? But it depends on what questions I guess you're referring to. So without like specifics, I really wouldn't be able to answer it.
Like just asking about the current, like if somebody was to ask about the current goings on, just out of curiosity, if somebody was to ask about the goings on.
I mean, first of all, I mean, you know how a private group works. So you have to, to post something, you have to post, and then it has to be accepted by a moderator or an administrator. I don't believe that a person would get kicked for asking questions. I know personally that I have never kicked anyone for asking those questions. I can't speak for everyone. Me personally, I'm the type of guy who I wouldn't accept that post, right? Just because I don't want to, like, if I'm thinking of the questions that you're asking or you're thinking about, I would message that person directly, just as to be able to answer their question for them without causing a widespread. Because a lot of times, depending on the question that you ask, there are a lot of people who will be like, "You're a hater. I can't believe you would ask something like that." And those aren't moderators or administrators. Those are just random people in the Facebook group. And I'm not saying anybody in the Facebook group is bad or anything. But what I am saying is to save that person that's asking that question from, getting hate come towards themselves. I like to direct message that person so that they don't get a lot of hate coming towards them. And as far as people harassing you with real profiles or fake profiles, I don't know anything about that. I mean, definitely report it. Send me screenshots. I will do what I can to find out who those people are, because that's something that I personally would not condone, is sending hate towards anybody for whatever reason. I don't care which side of the fight that I'm on.
So yeah, anyone who's been getting any harassment, just send all your screenshots to Taryn. Let him see what's going on, if anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Show him. Anything else you want to ask, Josh?
Yeah. So, like I said, don't have to answer this either. But so with I don't know how many of these shows you've watched, or what you paid attention to, what you haven't. So how do you rationalize in your own head, your own person, Russ doing these lives, calling people out, making these derogatory videos towards Dan T and Frank C, and these lives talking badly about people, and the stuff that other people have come out with? How do you rationalize that in your head and, continue to be a moderator? Like how does it, I don't know, I guess, how do you condone that in your head type thing, if you can answer that?
Yeah, well, a lot of what I have seen, right, and especially the way it has been presented, is, it seems to me like those videos that Russ is making are videos to defend himself, right? For example, I don't want to speak bad about Dan Truelove, right? I feel like him and I have a working relationship, and as a matter of fact, I agreed to let him cross-examine me. And that's where this whole Q&A session, I guess, was born. But if you watch the full video that Russ put on YouTube about Dan T, it shows some voicemail messages that were left by Dan. Obviously, Dan was drunk when he left those messages, but still, they were messages that weren't cool to leave someone, and that's where that whole Dan True Love debacle was born. In my mind, at least. If I'm wrong, correct me. But that's where I at least saw that whole thing where his name was brought back up. As far as Frank goes, I really didn't pay too much attention to that situation. So I can't really speak on that. So I guess that's that.
We do need to sort of keep reminding people that you've, really only been interacting with the Haunt and Russ since April. So
yeah.
It's a short time period. And, if Russ, for example, and this is just alleged theory pulling out my ass, if I was worried about allegations and people saying a bunch of shit about me on the internet, I would bring in a whole bunch of new people and act on my best behavior, so that the people around me seen a better side. It paints a better narrative, is exactly as what's going on now. I mean, nobody from any particular length back in Russ's life has come forward to want to talk like you have. And I just wonder if there's a reason for that. And like I say, one person coming on that's known Russ for a matter of months, to me, although you're speaking 100% truth, the weight on how long you've known Russ and how long the story scales back for, it just, I'm not saying anything. I think you've been totally honest. I think you've been really great. So, I've not a bad thing to say about you at all. I think you're awesome for coming on and being honest. But if I'm talking about it from a journalistic point of view, it's kind of like a drop in the pond. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I totally understand that. The Haunt's been around since I was 2 years old.
Yeah.
So I totally understand where you're coming from, 100%.
Yeah. And like I say, that doesn't mean you're not talking truth at all. I think you're 100%. Being totally honest with everybody, so that's as long as we all understand that, because it would be easy. Also, I don't know if Lindsay's in the side there. I'm pretty bad at remembering what her name was, but if you're there, big shout out to Lindsay. How are you? If you're wanting to come on and say anything towards the end, you're more than welcome. As always, just speak to Cap and he'll. Oh shit! No, he won't, because we're using Skype. So you'll need to download Skype and begin that whole fucking debacle.
While you're doing that, I'll actually. I have a question. Well, more questions, actually.
Oh shit! Can you get? Fuck! I need to get Dan lined up as well. Dan, you can come and have a wee nugget at the end as well, mate. Gotta fucking get old freaking True Love, and he's fucking honest. You don't think his name sounds like a fucking detective name from like a 70s novel? Dan True Love.
Kind of like. Dick Tracy kind of style. But Taryn, two questions here for you. Question, where does Russ get his inspiration from to decide on how he runs his whole challenges?
As far as that goes, I don't know. I assume he draws inspiration from a lot of different places. I would assume he draws inspiration from his military experience, from movies. He's a big horror movie fan. I would assume he draws inspiration from just about anywhere, escape rooms, you name it. There's elements of everything in there.
Just before we continue, I'm just going to turn to this screen here. Just while we'll still continue with questions in the interview. I'm just changing to this screen while I set up Lindsay and Dan on Skype, just so that I don't show anything. I'm just still learning this software. So continue with the interview, guys. It will just be It'll be the Ron inert plant matter smoking screen. Carry on.
And this one's actually from Amber. She broke it up a little bit. But did you have a chance to watch Lindsay's interview? And how'd you feel about it? Especially, as she said, like the himself, the victim. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch this because we broke it up into parts. Interview, how did you feel about it? What himself, the victim of abuse, or sorry, were you a victim of abuse?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, so I think actually I'll kind of help you with this. So what she's trying to saying is, from watching, if you did watch Lindsay's interview and how her going on about how her dad was when she was younger, and you being having a tough childhood, how do you feel about the whole situation?
I'll be honest with you, right? Lindsay's interview, it really did hit home with me. And I'll be honest with you, and I don't care to admit it, I was in tears watching her interview because I would like to be able to talk to all parties involved personally. I know that's not probably possible, but I know that I did speak to Russ privately about it as well, and I don't really want to get into that. But I don't know how to word what I want to say.
Take time.
I 100% believe that Lindsay is telling the truth, right? But I also 100% believe Lindsay when she said that she doesn't believe that her dad had bad intentions when he was doing, certain things. Like I said, I couldn't watch the whole Lindsay interview, so if I took that out of context, I apologize. But I don't know. I guess I would need more information, to really draw a full conclusion on that. But that interview was a great interview, and it did hit home with me because of my past childhood experience. And like I said, I wasn't even able to make through the whole thing because of the things that I did go through.
And thank you for really answering that question the way you did. And a lot of people with childhood history from then, it's sometimes really tough to talk about it. So thank you for answering that. And I do have another question. Actually, a few people have asked this. If you've seen they say SD, the San Diego videos, and what do you think about those videos and what he did to people back then?
It really depends, right? I mean, some of the San Diego videos that you see are totally mild, especially the way earlier ones, and then some of them, even that whenever he went to the adult actors and things, a lot of those are mild. But then once you get into certain videos, like the one that Ron was showing, I believe yesterday. I believe, was it yesterday Ron was, or no, it was a couple days ago when Ron was showing that person that had the broken nose and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Personally, I believe that crossed the line. I really do. And if you asked Russ today, I believe that he would agree. I don't want to speak for him, right? I'm not here to speak for Russ. Just my personal experience with Russ, I believe he would agree. And I believe that that's part of the reason why he doesn't use actors today. And I'm not saying that he blames the actors for everything, but I feel like he believes that if it's just himself, that it can be a little more controlled, and stuff like that isn't going to happen. And then I saw Josh had a couple questions popped up.
Yeah, Josh, I was going to say, you want to answer or Josh, did you want to ask the question, or did you want me to read it out for him?
It's all good, man. Take it away.
Okay. He was wondering if you can confirm or deny the waiting list. Is it a way for him to get people to sign up? And also, would you take the Kate Silva tour?
So, on the thing about the waiting list, since the article came out, there has been a massive increase in people looking to take the tour, right? And yes, at this point right now, the waiting list is pretty large. I don't want to give like specific numbers just because I don't want to start rumors again or anything.
No, understandable.
But I can say that if we were to put every person on the waiting list on the schedule right now, and we were doing tours every week consistently, we would span the next few years, at least. Then on the thing of the Kata Silvis tour, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Kata Silvis looks like it's a pretty good experience. I really do. Kata Silvis looks like it's a great experience. I don't see why somebody can't be a fan of Mckamey Manor and also a fan of Kata Silvis. Like, I mean, you can be a fan of two different things regardless of what those two different people, think about each other. And if push came to shove, and I had to give a yes or no answer, would I do a Kata Silvis tour? I would probably say yes. Yes, it's something I would like to experience.
And I don't see them ever saying no to you. Again, they seem very like a very nice family, and I honestly believe they'd probably welcome anybody. Actually, just a question. Sorry, Ron, I don't know if you're ready or not, but a question that came up here because again, there are people waiting to do this tour. Have you gotten messages from people being fairly upset that they're not able to kind of experience that at that moment that we have right now?
Experience what? I apologize.
I mean, sorry, people who've signed up to do the tour because of it being non-existent right now due to the land being sold. You were saying, are people messaging you angry because they can't do their tour?
I wouldn't say angry is the right word. I get a lot of people that are upset. I get a lot of people that text me that are like it's like an oh man moment, like dang man, I really wanted to do this, or dang, I really hope y'all get back up soon so that I can get my date back, or just things like that. I wouldn't say that it's
been fairly understanding
because that leaves what is it?
They've been fairly understanding that the situation that's going on right now, and they kind of are just rolling
because they know it's totally out of our control. It's not like we're being like, hey, you're not getting a tour this weekend because we don't want you to take a tour this weekend. It's nothing like that at all. It's a situation that's 100% out of our control, and because it's a situation that's 100% out of our control, people are fairly understanding about it, even though they don't like the situation. They understand it.
No, and I think people need to understand that it's like there's one thing being said about, hey, it's a rumor that they're really being held up for like the signups, and then there's the what you're telling us, which is the back end of it of no, it's really this is the situation that's going on. This is the reason why we can't do it. Please bear with us.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. No, I honestly I think it really gives people a better. More of that 360 view that Ron really wants to get people.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always things going on behind the scenes, and if they're part of the Mckamey Manor closed group, Russ actually did a live video in the group explaining everything and explaining everything that I'm explaining to you guys now.
Yeah. Actually, she.
Okay, I'm just gonna start winding this down, everybody, just so we know. I think.
Had a question.
Yeah, if there's a couple more questions, that's absolutely fine. I just want to say as well, I know, Lindsay, you'd said to people that you wouldn't be coming back on or something crazy like that, but that's madness, and I think you've shown nothing but respect for our guest this evening, and like I say, I think before this series ends, you'll definitely need to be coming back on because, we want to I just think it's important, or at least in the video anyway. But don't feel like. I think people understand now how we're doing the series and the phases that are going in, and I'd quite like to be bringing people back from the previous weeks towards the end of videos so people can get that new information at the start, and then people can come back and have Q&As and do little questions and things like that, where it's not a main part of the stream and people aren't having to wait to go through it, but certainly at the end as a the community likes to ask questions, so it's really it's a good thing. But listen, I want to kind of wind this down. So Matt, if there's any more questions, 5 more minutes, fire it away.
Lindsay actually has a question. We know how by me and Ron and the community kind of following how you found Russ, but why are you involved? Like why do you stay in the position you are?
I'm in the position that I am because when I took my tour, I had a great time, and I feel like I want to share that experience with other people. Like I said, not everybody has a great experience. I totally get that, but me personally, I had a lot of fun at the manor.
Yeah, absolutely, and I don't think anyone disagrees with that. And like I was saying this last night, for me, if I'm being honest, it's I almost feel like it's a repeating pattern. We've heard from Carol, we've heard from Holly, we've heard about this honeymoon period with Russ where he can convince people he's one person before a certain mental change happens. And I'm not saying again that you're lying, I'm just reiterating again the length of time you've been in Russ's life, and the words from other people in this I feel are the ones that have the most weight. It's a drop in the pond, but like I say, I don't think anything you're saying is lying. I think you're totally genuine, and yeah, absolutely great to have you. So again, Matt, is there anything else?
I believe Lindsay had some more questions, but
Sure.
I haven't seen them pop up yet.
Lindsay, you're welcome to come and ask them. The stage is...
Oh, she said that she's willing to pop on, actually.
Oh, good.
I think
my Proton email is my Skype ID. So take my Proton email, that fucking one... I can't even fucking remember it. It's a fucking
0111,
all that shit. Just put that into Skype and add me, start a conversation, and yeah, I just realized you're sat in your car, dude. Like, is it warm where you are? You like this? Because if we were sitting in a car in the middle of Scotland at this time of year, you'd be like, I'll take one more question, freezing your balls off.
Oh no, I've got my car running. I've got the heat on.
Okay,
We're good.
Okay, that's good. Don't get stranded either.
Car.
Don't get stranded either. Be like phoning the recovery services. Yeah, sorry, I was live on an internet show tonight, and I ran out of battery. You know, it's one of them. Commentary.
Yeah, no, we're good. I'm actually sitting in my driveway. I just don't want to disturb the people in the house. Yeah, that's why I'm out here.
Yeah. I'm sure that would be what my other half would have me do if we had a car for me to go and sit out. She'd have me do all of this from the car. Because I'm a bit loud, so it's I feel that pain. So okay, what to do is I'm going to go back to this screen. We can keep doing questions. I just want to open up the side chat to see. I know True Love was wanting to come and say some stuff. I don't know if you guys are wanting to be on the same chat together, so I'm not just going to throw them in here without speaking to you, Taryn.
I'm fine with anybody. You know, I'm fine talking to anybody about anything.
Okay, no problem. Well, let's get True Love on, because he's a little scallywag. Let's just pop him in. Right, and so all I'm doing now, Cap, is waiting on Lindsay adding me on the book face. Not the book face, the
book face.
The Skype.
The Skype.
The Skype.
Skype.
The Insta-tweetagram. Facebook-agram.
She messaged me on Instagram. If she wants to just ask him across Instagram, she can. But no, if she wants to jump on, more than welcome.
Definitely. Oh, here's old Dannington. Let me just there, look at his face.
What's up, man?
Yes. All right, hang on a second. Let me just.
What's with the dark backgrounds?
I'm driving in a car. Well, I'm not driving. I'm a passenger in the car right now.
You should see how you're framed on the stream right now. It's like you've got It's like you've got this tiny sliver of screen, and you're just poking through it. Like, I am Dan. You cannot escape me. Oh, he's gone up there now. Shit. Oh man, it's just a big.
big smorgasbord.
All I see is my teeth. Oh my god, this is crazy.
Oh my god.
I'm laughing at myself.
Oh, it's too good. It's okay, right? So we've got Dan Truelove, who he's not a Russian hacker who's like hacked the stream and just nudged himself a little. It's literally just. It looks like you're a creature coming out of your burrow, like fucking teeth.
I cannot look at myself right now. All I see is teeth. This is ridiculous.
It's too good. Right, let me just try and figure this out, Dan. Okay, Taryn, if you can kill your camera for 1 second, Taryn, it should just take poor Dan out of his tiny burrow that we've trapped him in. There you go, buddy. There you go.
I am the mole. No, I'm joking.
So Lindsay says she's coming on. She'll be on in a few.
Awesome, thank you. Fucking people in the comments thinking they're going to fucking tell people who can come on my fucking show. Motherfuckers are crazy. Jesus. But I love you. Keep watching, please.
Absolutely.
Dan, how are you doing? What's been going on? Let's have a couple of minutes. Let's have a chat.
It's been a snowy day out here where I'm at, and icy. So I'm actually a passenger in the car, and we're driving on some black ice. So this is actually quite. Yeah, it's all good though.
Shit, this is an intense drive.
This is intense, just like my face right now. Can you tell?
Hot damn. Well, like I say,
and so I've been up to par with everything and what everybody's been saying. So, been an interesting day.
Yeah, it's been an interesting day all round, I think, Dan. But yeah, if you've got anything you want to, comment on this evening, or anything else you want to comment on Tennessee, just while we're waiting on Lindsay and anything like that, you feel free to just kind of pop anything else in that maybe you missed out previously, or if it's TNC, if it's Tennessee related, we want to talk about it during this phase. So
sure. Well, I kind of just want to talk a little bit on Taryn and how similar me and him.
Right, Taryn,
really,
you could turn your camera back on for this bit, so you can look each other in the face like man. There you go.
What's up, buddy?
How's it going, Dan?
No, I just really wanted to really just put this out there that I'm exactly, where you are right now. As far as Mckamey Manor, and excuse my kids in the background, guys, but dude, I was wearing your shoes that you were wearing right now a little over a year ago, and the same thought process that you have, the same everything, about Russ and about the manor, and I was a moderator as well, so everything is just for par on how I felt. And so it's pretty interesting to hear it from the other side of the field to where I'm at now. I did that you may or may not have known that I did leave the manor alone for a little over half a year. I dropped it. I wanted to be as being a father to my children, and it just enveloped everything in my life. And I was obsessed, and I just dropped it all together. And I popped on the YouTube channel. And I was still subscribed to it, and I see that he made a face pop up, and now I'm thinking in my head, who's obsessed? I mean, really, who is obsessed here? So, yeah, I had a drinking night, and I got pissed off, and I called Russ, and I left him that voicemail. And then I said, do not put my face in another video. What does he do? He puts out a 30-minute video making fun of me or trying to make me look ridiculous. So, I mean, that's kind of where him thinking that, or where you're thinking that he's trying to defend himself stemmed from, was that initial video and why I left a voicemail for him. So I just wanted to kind of clarify that for you.
Okay.
Is someone screen sharing right now? Because I'm tripping balls. Because, like...
What's up with all that?
Kind of confused myself.
What, like... Is this the Russian hackers? Have the Russian hackers finally arrived? Like, what's happening right now?
Dan, do we need to get you
an
anonymous Mac?
I'm not using a Mac. Who's using a Mac?
Oh, is it me?
Yeah, it's you. It's you. Lindsay's the hacker. She's the hacker.
How do I turn it off? Oh,
God.
Top right.
So
top
I'm
right.
viewing Lindsay. I'm viewing Lindsay's camera as if she's talking, but she's screen sharing. And it looks like
Wouldn't
she's...
that be the conspiracy?
That would
Lindsay's the mole.
Lindsay's the mole.
You got it.
That's the conspiracy.
Yeah, it's a huge conspiracy. Oh, man. Right. Okay. Right. So, Lindsay, are you there?
Yeah. Hi.
Right. Let me just do the old... what am I doing? We're doing this one. Okay. So, you can...
Sorry to interrupt.
It's okay. You're welcome to turn your camera on or keep it off. But I know you guys were just talking there about the beef with the calls, and you were kind of explaining that, Dan, and explaining the situation that you were in a year ago with regards to how it's sort of mirroring where Taryn is now. And yeah, I mean, I think all of that's totally relevant. And, you know, like I say, if anything ever changes, Taryn, whether we're still covering this at that point, you know, just come and let us know, because I'm sure you'll be the first to be like, fuck! There's some truth to this shit if it was to go that way. But I know Lindsay's been a huge supporter in the side chat, saying that, you know, everything you're saying and all of that, and she wanted to come on and just have a few questions. So, Dan, is there anything else that you want to kind of add in? And I'm not rushing you off, Dan. I'm not rushing Lindsay in.
No,
we're getting to that.
I just got a small piece.
Do your thing. Ignore me for as long as you want. I have all the time in the world.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to put a small thing out there because I know we're kind of trying to wrap the show up tonight, but I would definitely be willing, and hopefully I think the rest of the audience would like to see me and Taryn talk a little bit more. I have respect for Taryn, and I will be respectful towards him, and, you know, me and him have talked on the side. He's been nothing but respectful to me, and I think he can say the same for me as well. So I think we can have a healthy debate coming from very similar points of view. And it would be interesting to have a conversation with him on a day where we have a little bit more time.
Yeah,
I want to let Lindsay talk as well.
I tell you what, I would be happy to say, if you guys want to prepare that, and we'll do that on Sunday night. If you guys want to do have an actual debate, I'll quite happily be the adjudicator of the debate. I'll tell you the debate rules and time frames and all that kind of stuff, and we'll have an actual, if you want to do that, but we do it so that it's gentleman's rules. There's no, it doesn't get crazy.
Absolutely.
Okay, this isn't like this isn't like a presidential campaign madness. All right, but if you guys want to see that, we can do that on Sunday. We can maybe do that each week if there's people that have issues that want to try and resolve them. We'll give a night at each phase for people to come on and do that. But yeah, Dan and Taryn, thanks very much once again. And I know, you know, Dan, you're always welcome on here, and Taryn, so is everyone that's been on is always welcome back. So Lindsay, like I say, either camera on or camera off, it's up to you. And yeah, fire away your questions.
Okay, cool. I think I'm going to do camera off just because I just got back from the gym and I don't look too great. So I'm going to probably do camera off. Save your eyes. But hi, Taryn. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm sorry to jump on here again. I've been listening to every one of these live things just because I don't know. I like to hear other people's perspective on what they're going through or whatever. But I got to be honest, I was getting a little riled up listening to you, and I felt like I needed to come on. You know, I really, really respect you, and I think you seem so, so wonderful and nice. And for me, it breaks my heart because you saying, you know, you talked how that you were a victim of abuse at a young age. And so it's, I guess, disappointing to some extent because you have all of this proof and people coming forward, and it's like you staying with Mckamey Manor. It's basically like a slap in the face to all the people who have come forward with their truths. And it's basically, you know, you saying, I don't believe you, because if you did believe us, you would leave. If you really believed that Russ was capable of the things that he's done, you would not be involved. So I think that's my question is, how do you feel about what Holly had to say, what my stepmom, what Carol had to say, or the other people, the other women who, I mean, that fucking poor woman, Laura, who got beat. She looked like she was in a goddamn car accident, you know? So I understand that the manor is interesting. It's fascinating. And my dad is extremely charismatic and very smart with how he starts his relationships with people. And also, you're a guy, and maybe it's just different. Maybe he doesn't feel like he needs to control you as much as he would if you were a woman. But I'm just curious. Sorry, I know I'm rambling, but I'm just curious how you feel about everything that's come forward and what your thoughts are on all of that. And again, I don't mean any disrespect. I'm genuinely curious because you do seem like
take any disrespect off from it.
Because you do seem like a good guy. So I'm just like, it's confusing to me because you seem like a good guy.
Yeah. So again, I don't know how much of my interview you watched yesterday, but yesterday I even said, I feel like I am a person with a pretty strong moral compass, right? So
I don't know if that's me that's dropped or
has been accused of.
Just 1 second, Taryn. You cut out pretty severely there. You might want to repeat all of that.
Okay. So I don't know how much of my interview you watched yesterday, but I did say, and I do believe, that I am a guy with a fairly strong moral compass, right? So if I did believe 100% that, or not even 100%, if I believe 50% that some of the stuff that has been coming out against Russ were true, I would not be a part of the Manor. I would leave. As a matter of fact, that's why some of the people have asked me to come on this podcast, is because they're trying to get me to turn. That's 100%. It's the truth. And I'm not saying that's why Ron has me on, but the people who originally, told me about the podcast, I know that was their intentions, and they've told me that was their intentions. But I guess for me personally, it's just I don't. And I came into all this late, right? I haven't watched every live video. I'm not gonna lie. And it's just like I said yesterday. I have a video on my phone of Holly after she had already moved back to Texas, when she was no longer with Russ, saying that when she had previously accused Russ of abuse, that she was lying. And after she moved back to Texas, she flew into Trans World to hang out with Russ on her own free will. So I'll be honest with you. I don't believe the Holly story at all. And with that bad taste in my mouth, and I haven't even seen the Carol story, so I don't know anything about that. And without knowing you, and like I said earlier on this episode, that I would like to talk to you more, in depth, and actually get to know you more and get to know more about your story. But it's just kind of a thing where I have to believe it more heavily. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Okay, so this video that you're claiming Holly created is confusing to me because here's the thing that I know about my dad that he not only did to me but did to Carol. He's very big with his camera, as I'm sure you know. He films everything, and even as Carol and Holly both said, 99% of the time when you are on camera, you are being forced, manipulated to say what you are saying, to act happy, to act like everything's good.
Well,
all of these.
Like I said though, the video that I have was Holly holding the phone herself. It was a selfie video, and it was after she had already moved back to Texas. So Russ wasn't anywhere near her at the time. It was a video that she made on her own free will.
Well, like I say, we talked about this yesterday. I'll send you a link to that encryption service, and I'm very interested in seeing that. I'm not publicly going to display it, but certainly very interested in seeing that. If you'd be willing to pass it through the channel team,
I would love to send it to the channel team.
Okay, I'll get you a link right now. You guys keep doing what you're doing. I might put the smoke screen up just while I'm doing that. So.
So let's say that, and I'm not saying this is true, but let's say that Holly's experience was not true. My question is, how would she have possibly known, and how would her experience have been so parallel to both my mother, my mother's experience, my brother's experience, my experience, and Carol's experience, even prior to any of us talking to her about it, because it is parallel to what we all experienced. And I know that my mom, Carol, and I have not talked about this openly ever. And we only are talking about it because Holly came forward and we felt we also had stories to say. So that,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I'll be honest, I kind of agree that it's a very convenient video to suddenly surface.
Exactly. And
this was a video that was actually posted a while back. And after all of this started, it was a video that I felt needed to be shared. So, and I knew I was coming on the podcast. So I was holding it to send to somebody, and talk about whenever I got on here.
Well, I've sent you a link on Skype to an encrypted file share. You can use that to just copy and paste a link back into Skype, basically, and it's all encrypted. Happy days. Or you can email me the link to my encrypted email, whichever you'd prefer. In fact, it's probably the better idea. Email me the link to the encrypted Proton. I'll send you the link to that as well.
So, my question is, how do you think her story could be so eerily similar to everyone in my family's story without contacting any of us?
Like I said, I mean, I really can't, I really don't know. And like I said also before, the only other story that I've heard other than Holly's was yours, because I'm kind of coming into this late. And I'm kind of, kind of trying to catch up as well. I haven't heard Carol's story. I haven't heard your brother's story. The only story that I have heard was yours, and your story really did hit home with me, and it caused me to have a long conversation with Russ and to talk to him. And it was a personal conversation, so I really don't want to talk about it here. But I'm sorry.
Someone typing? What's going on? Okay. It sounded like someone was typing. So
yeah, that was me brutally abusing the keyboard. I do apologize.
Oh no, you're okay.
It sounds like I'm smashing it with a hammer, but it's just because of all the crap that my children drop in the fucking keyboard. They're goddamn little savages. So yeah, carry on.
So Taryn, let's say that Holly's story was complete bullshit. I think that her story is true, as I don't think it would be possible for her to have the exact same unique kind of abuse that every single person in my family had. But if you have no explanation for that, then I can't pry you on that any longer.
Yeah, but, I agree with you. It's one. There's too many similarities, and it's something when I see the video. It may shed new light on something, but I will wait and see when that arrives. But listen, everyone, we're hitting that 2.5 hour mark. What I would like to suggest is everyone goes and subscribes to my second channel. The reason for that is a lot of people are interested in more Q&As. A lot of people are interested in, say, a stream with just Holly again, or a stream with just Carol again, and all this kind of stuff. But I don't necessarily feel it's going to continue the story on the main channel. So subscribe to the second channel, where we can do a lot more stuff, Q&A wise, and smaller streams and things like this. If people are wanting to kind of start splicing down questions and things like that, so that we sort of keep the story going, but also have an option for Q&As, because I know a lot of you like that. I'm enjoying digging deeper into it all. I know a lot of you are. So just make sure you subscribe to the yeah, like I forgot as well. There's another Facebook group that we've been working with, which is run by a crazy fucking looking motherfucker. But he's a nice guy, and I can't remember the name of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep talking while I look up the name of the group.
I think
casually. It's
casual.
Hey, Ron. It's casual style. It's Mckamey Manor Exposed, Truthers Reborn. Nailed it. Is that right? Is that the fucking right group? Please be the right group. I'm just going to post a link. Is that the right fucking group? First of all, that is the right group, right? Yeah, that's the right fucking group. Yeah. That's the right group.
Yeah, that's right, group. So yeah, anyone who is wanting to be part of a Facebook community surrounding this whole thing, that is the community we're currently working with, and have had no issues so far. So just letting you all know.
Hey, Ron, I think Holly is in the chat.
Okay, one second.
But can I ask something really quick to Taryn?
Yeah,
I mean,
I can bring Holly on 100%.
While you do that, I just have another quick question. You mentioned that even if you believed 50% that what my dad had to say was true, you would leave, correct? So
that is.
You heard my story, and it said that it brought you to tears. Do you not even believe 50% that I am telling the truth?
It brought me to tears because it really hit home. But like I said earlier in the live video, right? I would like to, first of all, I would like to finish watching your video to hear your full story.
Well, I'll tell you the story, Taryn. I was extremely emotionally and psychologically abused for 14 years. And not only that, but I saw my mom get abused and my stepmom get abused. And it has affected me to this day. I'm on medicine every day of my life to control my panic attacks and my nightmares. It is very real for me and very real for my mom and for Carol. And like I said, you seem like a good man, and that believed me, even if you would not be involved in it.
I'm sorry, you cut out there for a second, Lindsay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Your keyboard was typing over the sound. Sorry.
So I kind of missed some of the stuff that you said, Lindsay.
Yeah, Lindsay broke up a little.
She's still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. I just kind of missed some of the stuff that you said. So if you could repeat some of that, so I can hear it.
I just said that I was psychologically abused for 14 years, as was my stepmom for 15 years. I saw my mom be abused. I saw my brother be abused. And to say that you can't even believe my story 50% when you are also a victim of abuse is just really sad to me, because if I had multiple people coming forward talking to me about your family with parallel stories, with hundreds of people saying the same thing about whatever your experience was, I would never diminish your experience by being involved with the people that hurt you.
And I'm not trying to do that at all. Like I said, I haven't heard the parallel stories. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard your brother talk.
I think that you should, as soon as you possibly can. I think that you should. Because I
will. Like I said, I'm still trying to catch up on all of this.
Great. I just think you coming forward on this platform, defending my dad, again, I understand why. Some people even said in my video I was defending him. I understand. But I think you should look at these videos first, because what you're saying is a very permanent, this is going to be on the internet forever. And if your mind changes, people are going to look back at this and be like, I would get all of the information first before you come out here and say that we are not telling the truth.
Well, I never said that you guys weren't telling the truth. I said Holly wasn't telling the truth. But beyond that, you mentioned that people said that they thought that you were defending your dad. I'll be honest with you. When I watched your video, I saw, like, it did hit home because I knew what you were saying, but at the same time, it felt like you were also humanizing him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well,
and you were explaining why he did some of the things that he did, and that's why I wanted to talk to you more in depth about it, because if I remember correctly, and like I said, I didn't watch the full video, but if I remember correctly, I believe you said that you don't believe that he had bad intentions. It was just due to his, I guess, mental health, right? That was the reason that he did the way he was the way he was. Am I correct in that assumption?
Yes, but I would also say that there are serial killers who don't think that who don't have bad intentions, but they are still doing bad things. Those are two very different things. So my dad does not have bad intentions, in my opinion. I think that, and that also comes from the fact that he does have narcissistic tendencies and truly believes that nothing is his fault. But no one in our family has communication with him on either side. Sorry, his children to him. That is a huge thing, to have your children cut off a relationship with their father, and that was not easy for me to do, because when I was 13, I still had a lot of love for my dad. But I think the difference between being bad and doing bad things. I think my dad has mental illness that is very clear, and that causes him to hurt people and do bad things. And you being involved, you are saying that the bad things he's doing doesn't matter. And you are saying that even though he's hurting people, everyone in his family, his daughter and his son, I was 6 years old, Taryn, going through this. And I, like I said, I struggle with this every single day with coping with my trauma. And the only way that I could have coped with this was by humanizing my dad. Because at the end of the day, my dad doesn't have a single day where he is in peace of mind. He is constantly at struggle with his mental health. And that is a sad thing. I feel bad for him. But so that's what I mean. I don't think he has bad intentions, but that doesn't mean that he's not doing bad things.
But on that side of it, instead of having people abandon the guy, and instead of just ostracizing him and leaving him to be totally alone, why not try to help him?
Taryn, we did try to help him. Carol was with him for 15 years, having abuse every single day, morning and night, trying to help him. My mom made him go to therapy. We've all tried to help him. You are not going to help him.
I'm not saying you guys never did. But why would, I don't understand. Me personally, I want what's best for him, as I'm sure that you do as well, right? I'm sure you want to see him get help. I personally haven't seen the side of Russ that you're talking about, right? I just haven't personally seen it, and I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying I haven't seen it. But I'm the type of person who, even though other people have tried, I'm the type of person who I want to try to be that helping hand as well. You know what I'm saying? And if that hurts you, I apologize.
Taryn,
I'm not meaning to hurt anybody.
He is 61, maybe 62 years old. You are not going to change him. His daughter, his wives, his girlfriends, his partners who he was with for decades could not change him. And he is a narcissist. He doesn't care about you, love. He doesn't. He doesn't care about me. Do you know how devastating that is for me, that I know he doesn't actually care about me? That is devastating. He does not care. He is a sick person who needs help. You are not going to help him, my love. You are not going to help him. And it's only going to get worse for you. And then you're going to be on here in 6 months saying, fuck, I should have listened, just like Holly said. And
when you say that he doesn't care about you, though, I don't believe that for a second. I know he cares about you, and I know he loves you. Because, like I said, I had a private conversation with Russ after I saw your video. And I'm not going to give out the details of that conversation because, like I said, it was a private conversation. But Russ was very emotional in that conversation. And I could tell just by the way that he was talking and what he was saying, I could tell that he 100% loves you guys.
Taryn, if he loved me, he would have reached out. Okay? He doesn't care. He can cry. I know he can cry. And I know it's breaks his heart he doesn't have a relationship with his children, but he has not reached out once to me. And when I left and I spoke to Carol about how he responded, and I said, I asked her, I was like, can you just tell me, did he cry? Does he care that I'm gone? Does he miss me? She said, no, he's just angry that you left and he blames me and all of this crap. But it's just, I don't know how to make you understand. I guess I can't make you understand. And that's not the point. You know, I want to hug you because I know that you don't mean any harm. And I know that I can tell you're extremely empathetic, and I can see that it's just, this is not going to end well for you. So, you know, maybe there is love for me because I'm his flesh and blood, but there is nothing else. There is no fatherhood there. There is no parenting. There is no caring. It's about him. It's always been about him. And I spent so many years, up until a couple of years ago, being able to wrap my head around this person who I loved so much, Taryn. If anyone wanted to help him, it was me. When I was little, we used to make comments that I was his nurse and I was his person because I wanted to help him. And you can't. So, I mean, if you want to help him, you should leave, because all that you're doing is feeding the ego. And I know you don't see it yet because he still has the mask on. You know, he had his mask on for my mom, for the mother of his children, for a year. That it's a very real mask, and he's very good at hiding his demons. So I don't really know what else to say to you, love, but it breaks my heart to see such a nice young man supporting someone who's hurt so many women and children and people. And even though, yes, maybe he doesn't have bad intentions, he is not doing good for the world. So you shouldn't be involved because it's not good for the world. You should want to be involved in things that are good for people. So that's my 2 cents. And I'm sorry if I've rambled, and I know that I said I wouldn't come on anymore, but I just felt like I need to say something.
No, don't be worrying about that.
I appreciate, everything you've said. I really do. And you've given me a lot to think about. You really have. And I thank you for that.
And I'm
because
not
if any of these stories hit home for me, and if any of these stories tug on my heartstrings that I can really relate to, it's yours. So I really appreciate you coming on and you talking to me, and you giving me a more clear understanding of your thoughts and of your opinions.
And I appreciate you, and I'm so grateful for you to have such an open mind and be so kind. I really do appreciate it, because you could have been spending the last however long we've been talking, yelling at me and fighting me on this. And you've been nothing but respectful, and I really appreciate it. Like, we can all see that you are a good man, but you have the choice right now to do good for other people and stop being involved in this. And I'm not saying you need to do it right now or tomorrow or confront my father, because I'm going to be honest with you, confronting him on this, all you're going to get is more lies, and he'll probably just make you feel more upset and more confused than anything else. So thank you so much for listening to me. I really appreciate it. And thank you for coming on here and sharing your truth, because if this is what you have experienced, this is your truth, but that does not negate what we have also experienced.
No, I'm not trying to negate anything that you guys have said.
I know you're not, love. So, yeah, I appreciate you and I respect you. I really do.
No problem.
I appreciate it as well.
Thank you to both of you for coming on and doing that. We're getting close to the 3-hour mark. I know we were trying to get Holly on. I don't know if we've managed to connect on Skype with Holly. So, without being rude, Holly, we may have to put you on tomorrow if you've got something you want to say, just for the time factor of it all. And Taryn, thank you very much. Dan and Cap, Josh, and of course Lindsay for coming on tonight. I just want to say once again, everybody, all the drama and everything like that from earlier today, it was just one of those things, and I've got to do what, like I said earlier, I had to do what I did to make sure I knew if there was moles and everything else. So people are allowed to say what they want about the channel. It's a free world, but don't anyone who thinks that we sensationalize any of the content here and the world isn't as fucked up as I'm representing is welcome to come and take a look at all the research on this, trying to get kids to kill themselves on camera research that we've done. I'm sure you'll agree that there's nothing to be sensationalized. It's something that parents need to be aware of, as well as all the other things that we cover on this channel. Trust me, I'd rather be making fucking camping videos, all right? So, yeah. But listen, thank you everyone. Let me just hop back into the side chat here. Everyone that's joined us, everyone that's been sticking with this series, those who have been supporting it and all the rest of it, a big thank you. It's blown me away, the support that we've had for this, and we're moving past the drama. We're not going to be mentioning it again after tonight. So thank you everyone who has joined us. I think we're on hour 1 million of this live stream series. So everyone that's stuck with us is just awesome. I'll see you all on Discord for a VC. I wouldn't want to leave the moles without some awesome things that they can record until we jump ship. But thank you everyone once again to my guests, once to everyone who's put questions in. Also members, I've realized there's a members only chat function for live streams, so we may do at the end of these live streams like a members only 20-minute Q&A as a members perk, because that's something that's quite easy to do, and we can use carrying forward into the future as something that we do as a members perk, which I thought was quite easy to implicate and gives you guys a little something, little nugget. So yeah, all right, thank you again everyone, and for everyone who doesn't know, support us on the second channel for if we decide to do any Q&As. I do a fucking vlog over there that everyone enjoys, because that's what we do on the YouTube. And thanks very much, and we will see you all tomorrow for our paranormal show. We'll be back Mckamey Manor. We may do a Mckamey Manor tomorrow night, maybe a short one for an hour. We probably will, if I'm being honest with you. We'll probably do a shorty, a wee cheeky number tomorrow night, and we'll see you all then. But thank you everyone that's joined us, and once again, check out Josh's Facebook page. I'll make sure that the link gets shared in the description. And to everyone who makes all of this possible, thank you again. So from me, Ron Swanson, as always, be safe out there.